Hey everyone, welcome back to the finale of Echoing Bonds. This this one is one that I've been excited for a while. If you watched last episode, you were aware that shit absolutely popped off, and we're gonna hop right back to it. So, without any further ado, we're gonna get into it. We're probably gonna take a big break halfway through because we'll need the time to rest and reset. Noctua.
You're gonna keep playing this fucking music? Are you
Yes.
really gonna... Fuck you. God damn it. I can't function with this song playing.
Noctua,
Yeah,
you look across and you see that towering spire sticking up out of the dead island. And the gears start to turn in your head. You start to think about this island and about how the sunshine was always a little bit too bright, about how everything was always just a little bit too comforting. And now that you look,
that very first thing he said, that thing he felt when he saw the decrepit, like that one speck on the way to the Silver God's house where it was all dusty and terrible.
yeah,
And he remembers that thing that he thought that Kato would say about this place. About it being basically not even realizing it was dead yet.
yep. So yeah, you see that. Shinpei points and then he looks back to you. So, I'd like to ask you to clarify this once and for all. What are you doing here and what part does this play in your legend?
He looks out at that and he's kind of stunned to silence for a bit. Still only wounded to one thing.
Yeah.
He's going to... Well, first off, he's going to spend a second thinking. Does anything else come to him, or is this just it? Is this sudden and there's nothing else immediately coming to his brain?
It's like you look at the situation and it seems pretty... Like, your mind races to a few points. Denial's the easiest one, but reality quickly seeps in after that. There's something odd about this island. If you're obviously that there's some sort of grander trick at play here. It's not something that you can so quickly understand, but at least what is flagrantly obvious is flagrantly obvious. The island that you were on earlier is certainly dead. Your eyes can confirm as much.
Okay. He stops and turns over. Have they been writing anything?
They have been, yes.
All right. Is it Shinpei or is it one of the snails?
It's one of the snails.
All right. He kind of stands up and wordlessly approaches one of the snails, and he grabs the parchment out of their hands and rips it to pieces.
What? Shinpei looks over. What are you doing?
He stops and bows and says, "My apologies for wasting parchment with my worthless words." He kind of bows deeply and respectfully to Shinpei. It seems that recently I've been living a lie. My words mean nothing now. Let us do this a different time.
Shinpei thinks. If you say so.
He stands up again and just starts hopping off.
Noctua.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might believe your own words to be worthless in this case. I happen to disagree. It's not the value. A person doesn't determine the value of their own words or work to others. That is up to them to decide. As such, I will still be transcribing this conversation.
He thinks about that a bit, and then decides, I'll choose my words carefully. Don't want to give a wrong impression.
Care. Care is only required for those who need to carefully exact their language. I spend a lot of care and effort choosing my words, but that is what separates a champion and a scholar blade.
He kind of looks over at Sola and Silver God, and kind of just sees how they're seeing. Do they see this? How the fuck are those two doing?
Sola, you see it exactly as Noctua does. Silver God looks out and over.
Didn't see it like that.
Takes a step forward. Almost a little upset. That's exceptionally frustrating. Shinpei looks over to them. A curiosity for my own sake. What exactly do you see right now? Silver God motions back. I see the shadow of a candle flickering on and off. Can you state it less poetically? They hang their head a little bit. What I see is a place that's fighting with itself, I guess. It's trying to manifest one way, present itself as this living island, but in the distance, at least from our current vantage point, it's struggling to maintain its current illusory state. Does that help at all? Yes, in fact, that's wonderful. He motions over and they start notating. Silver God walks back over.
Does that mean that none of this was real? Sola looks incredibly dejected.
Well, at the very least, we're
Noctua.
real.
Noctua turns it of course it was real. It was all real. Even if we were deluded into what was happening truly.
Silver God walks over and pinches your face. Sola, well, we're real at least. Who cares if the landscape wasn't? Hey, Noctua, where you going?
He kind of stops and turns a bit. Gotta go get the others.
Makes sense. Shinpei stands up. I believe our meeting is more or less done here. Let's return with them to the ship. They'll probably want to leave the island as soon as possible. Right, I guess. Oh boy. He looks over at Noctua, who's like sagging as he walks away. Okay. Oh, big guy could really use a boost right now. Everyone gathers together, and you start to head down the reef. You're walking. Something bothers me about all this, though.
Noctua turns over to the hot springs and he's like, I wonder if that's even hot springs anymore.
I mean, there is one way to find out.
Is this the right thing to do?
A moment of complete moral self-questioning. I can appreciate it. Silver God looks over. I refuse to help you out emotionally on the grounds of a hot spring. Pats you on the shoulder. When you first showed up on this island, the first thing you thought about was jumping in the hot springs. You didn't even care enough to meet the radiance that was me. You didn't think, you just jumped right in. Pats you on the shoulder again. But once again, I refuse to let you have this moment of, like, self-realization looking at a fucking hot spring. So I'm not gonna affirm you any more than that. I'm just... Do you. Take a step back.
I'll be right back.
Silver God took another step towards you and was about to be like, stop that. You go to the hot springs. I did not expect you to go to the fucking hot springs. You go to the hot springs and you throw yourself down. And yes, happy to confirm everything on the reef does appear to be, well, real. Oh, the reef is the reef. And you throw yourself down in those hot springs. You sit there, and you really let all of that fucking warm water soak in. However, in this case, this won't actually help your wounds too much.
Mm-hmm. I see, okay.
They're a little different. You're sort of lost in thought. And
That's why you came here.
yeah. And you sit down to think. Until you think your way through your bullshit, those wounds are gonna remain. And as you're sitting there, the mist starts to clear on the far side, and you start to see a clear shape.
Mm-hmm.
There's another person in these hot springs.
Oh, hi.
He looks over and let me just. Oop. Here we go.
I haven't met you before. Who are you? Oh, do you think I have I insulted you? I can pop in a different one if you want. Are you with the ship that came in?
No, I'm not. He looks over across the spring at you. He's kind of like chilling out behind this thing. He looks around. I'm guessing you're here with those others apart with your group.
Yes. They should all be at the boat.
I see.
He kind of like leans back a little bit more. Have you, does the island look rough to you the entire time while you've been here?
He thinks to himself, has it?
It appeared all sunny and bright when you were on the island with the sunflowers on it. Your lantern indicated it should be otherwise, though, so that thought never left your mind, really.
Mm-hmm. He says, well, it did appear to be like that to me. Over time, I did have the suspicion that something wasn't quite right there, from the things I've heard and the things I've felt there.
He kind of thinks about that a bit more. So it's been some kind of... Oh, so you knew it was an illusion the whole time. Okay, what's her name, by the way? I'm sorry, I'm Noctua. Pleasure to meet you.
He thinks to himself real quick. He's thinking, oh boy. And it's just... son of a bitch. He goes, suppose there's no point in hiding it from you. He kind of scoots forward a bit and like leans back against his coral. I am Ansler the Red.
Oh, he thinks about that. Has he heard anything about a name like that before?
Yes!
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, okay.
That's the stink cloud!
Oh, I know that's the stink cloud.
Yeah! Sasha said that!
Okay, right, yeah, okay, good, yes, that's right. I'm remembering now. It's like, oh! Right. He kind of thinks a bit. He just kind of looks at you a bit now and is just kind of staring directly at you. Apologies for being angry at you, I think. Was that you? That was
Yes.
you, but it was...
Oh no, that was most certainly me. He kind of leans back a bit, albeit a version of me less in control of as I am right now, but it was still me. Those things I screamed at you and all the such were still my feelings nonetheless.
He stops a bit and thinks, I have really bad luck. Every time I meet you, I don't want to fight you.
Shame. He's back. I don't particularly care for fighting you either, but unfortunately there is something inside of you that my very being despises.
He kind of thinks about that. Oh. Usually my rugged good looks deflects anyone, but you have a deep eye for the inside. That's incredible. He kind of nods his head a bit. Is it my intimidating charm or something deeper and more insidious? Apparently, Sasha said you thought I was sick or something.
He kind of like leans forward a bit. It's more something that was given to you.
He's gonna try to piece this together a bit in his head, and he thinks he's only got cheating. He's only in a thinking mood, so I think he'll actually.
He's clever as shit. Yeah.
You mean this? He plays with his ear for a second.
I suppose if that is an effect of it, yes.
Blessing by gods. Or is
those gods. You like, yeah, when you say gods, he kind of like leans in even further, his face growing a little more grim. I'm actually curious about gods. He stops for a sec. Where are you from?
I'm from Rauji. I myself was a champion of the Fox God, now imprisoned.
I see.
I've wandered the world for some time, yet found myself here, and seemed to be at prey of a different kind of god. Or something else.
I
I'm
see.
not that bad.
He kind when you say like gods of Rauji, he like relaxes again and asks, "Tell me, what do you think your gods are?"
He kind of like, Rauji's gods aren't mine. There's only one god I would consider mine. Or, he thinks, maybe two now. But he kind of, regardless, they're beings of immense power. They can create and destroy with equal efficiency. And he kind of thinks about that a little deeper there too, and it's just kind of like, to a degree, they have bypassed humanity. They've stolen creation from the great being that is fractured. At least, that's what they say.
The great being.
Kato was not one for talking about Rauji philosophy. He had a different idea of things. What Kato thinks, he kind of puts up a finger. He stops then.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
An attribute's wounded, ain't it?
I got no clue, honestly. I don't even think they do. It's something that's not human, but that's barely even important. To say they're gods is like... Some could question the validity of that. Everyone has after I left Rauji.
I see. You kind of like feel like the air around him like kind of like as if he's like heavily contemplating something. I'm gonna really quick roll to die.
Alright.
Oh!
Time.
Oh boy. I wanna see. Good. Yes. You see, I'm of the opinion that everything in this world that belongs in this world was created by something, one way or another, and it was created as a part of the natural cycle of this world. However, when I hear of these gods, when I hear of these spirits around this world, I can't help but ask myself, where did they come from? My role, and the reason why I'm sent here, is my job is to remove things that do not belong in that natural cycle of things. Hence why I'm a little suspicious whenever I hear of these gods who just seemingly gain a massive power from worship and other such things.
He kind of like screws up his face a little bit. Right then, maybe I'm not aware of this, but Ansler, where does humanity come from? What is the origin of mankind?
He kind of stops and thinks on that for a second. I suppose there's no real way to know, as it is currently.
And he kind of like, suppose not. I find it a bit presumptuous for mankind to decide that they're the ones who can destroy others when they're not even sure where their own origin is. Perhaps our origins are closer than we think. If so, that would simply be murder.
He closes his eyes for a second. And what do you think of it whenever it is justified in the way of slaying such a beast? For example, a god of yours were to act like a tyrant, rule over people with an iron fist, force them to their whim.
He thinks a bit about that, and then kind of leans back against the coral a bit, and it's just kind of like, then they would be a man, wouldn't they?
He kind of like smiles at that a bit. You know, I suppose you're right. He leans back. So, I suppose we've talked about that long enough.
Maybe so.
Hey, Noctua. Oh, sorry. Just really quick. Did that, I want you to tell me whenever you work out any of your issues. So, I'm not gonna make a call for you. Basically, if over the course of this or any other conversation you're like, yeah, Noctua just figured out something philosophically about himself that was bugging him, you unlock your own shit. Because that was a lot of good stuff. If you guys are gonna keep going, I want you to keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay, go on, sorry.
Yeah. Perhaps it is enough of that. He kind of like scoots up on the hot springs a bit. I do not know why this island is in the state it is and what it attempts to do. I'd like to figure out. After all, it seems to have tricked me and fooled me. And if a man nor god... he kind of thinks about that. And I will allow neither man nor god to fool Noctua.
Very
It's
well.
a general...
If you are going to search around this island to find whatever has fooled you, what will you do when you do find it?
He, thinks... Well, that would depend on the form it takes. But, if it seeks to cause harm, perhaps destroy it. Is that not why you're here?
Yes, that is why I'm here. But I also must make sure that people who also are here are not here to assist this illusion.
He thinks about that a bit too, just keeps, like, scratching his chin. He's just really thinking hard about this. He's trying to piece together what's been going on here, and, like... I've just woken up to what this thing is. I have no clue why it's doing what it's doing. It might be therapeutic to something, to the island state. The island may be longing for what once was. Perhaps it is a being. I can tell you right now, I'm not your enemy. I would like to fight you at some point, but that doesn't have to be as a part of all of this. But if you don't want to fight, or at least right now, if there's a part of you that's not fully committed to that at the moment, he kind of sits up. That's fine. I need to gather my company and see what everyone thinks.
Yeah, speaking of
Would you like to come?
Yeah, speaking of which, at this exact moment, Silver God has sent Sola in to get you.
Okay, yeah.
He thinks on what Noctua said there, if he would like to come or not. I'm gonna, once again, roll to die. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
A choice.
A choice.
No!
He kind of struggles with that.
I
You don't
intend
want
to.
to. But what are you going to do then?
I'm going to head to that bloody tower.
Well, it might be my plan too. I won't make a promise yet. I might just leave. I'll have to see. Perhaps I'll meet you there. Who knows?
Mayhaps indeed.
Thank you for the discussion, stranger. It was nice to have a conversation.
Yes. Ah, yes, and Noctua.
Mm.
I'll have you know that I've done this for quite some time, and there is one consistent thing I've learned about such happenings in such places. More
What is that?
often than not, the source of these happenings is a wish. It can take any shape, it can take any form, but do remember that. That might help you out a bit later.
He stops and thinks about that and nods his head. Right. Thank you for your specialty.
Hmm. He kind of like sinks into the water.
Climbs out. Zola, hello. Apologies
Hey.
for my soak. I hope nothing bad's been happening while I've been in here.
No, not quite. Just dealing with all the new information. I think I'm handling it a bit better now.
Nice, I think I am too.
Yeah, let's get back to everyone. We'll
Mm.
figure this out together.
You get back together and you start moving down the reef further and further, splitting for Manslayer. Let me grab you guys. That was really good, by the way.
Yeah. I think Noctua is beginning to rebuild his red, but it's not there yet.
It's not there yet. It's
Yeah.
getting there. I really liked I like the perspective you each were able to mutually give each other. It's very different. Let me throw you here. You come down the reef most of the way. And almost the vibe has changed. Like everything crunches under your feet, almost like you're less like you're on a coral reef and more like you're almost in. It reminds you of snow almost, most clearly. It's strange. It feels like the reef has lost some of its consistency, but you can tell this place at the very least is terra firma.
Okay.
Your eyes are open now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Shinpei walks ahead.
Noctua climbs over these spiky coral plants and hops up in front of him and just kind of walks along with him.
So I must ask.
Yes.
If this entire thing, from what I understand, from what I've surmised from your companion Sola, actually this will be easier if she's over here. Sola, he calls you up with the consistency of a fucking math teacher calling you to the front of the class.
What's up?
We were discussing things earlier. It appears that, at the very least, the areas on the surface of that island were at least partially illusory. However, based on my own findings, it seems that areas such as the caves and the reef, obviously, are exactly as they are. As such, it seems to be localized to that initial island. I wonder what your next step is going to be. We do very well have the option to leave this strange place behind.
Well,
Yeah, looks over at Sola.
my goal right now is to get Silvergon off this island.
Waves. He looks
Especially now.
looks over at her. And what is preventing you from leaving exactly? The same thing that called me here. There's a reason that I'm stuck bound to that very first island. I'm as weak as a kitten out here. she gesticulates wildly. Okay.
He kind of turns over and kind of side whispers to Shinpei. A surprising amount of humility on that one. A tiger is also a cat.
You notice something from Shinpei, actually. As quickly as you say that, his expression does not change. A hand darts to his pocket and he pulls out a tiny notebook, and he quickly notates that idiom, and then puts it away. Thank you for your contribution. Regardless, as a scholar blade, my own interests lie in discovering not only the source, but the source and the reason behind this anomaly.
Yes. Well, he kind of stops a bit. My own decision. Well, there's one thing I need to check first.
Hmm.
He steps forward.
You come forward and you see Lexi rounding the corner.
Lexi is staring into space, not really looking where he's going. He's kind of drifting as he walks.
Noctua gives him a kind of hard slap on the back.
He goes flying into the coral.
He stops.
Oh no, oh no.
Not that one, this one. No. Hey, Lexi!
Lexi doesn't actually react from getting bashed around, and he just kind of looks at you like he hadn't noticed you at all. Oh, hello, Noctua.
Mm-hmm. Hello. He kind of like stares directly at you a bit and gets a serious expression. Have you been standing here this whole time?
Oh, have I? I was attempting to return.
Hmm. He stops a bit. I have a question. I need you to bring your mind fully forward for a moment for me, Lexi. I understand this must be hard for you.
Of course, Noctua. What can I answer for you?
On your way back here, did Sasha pass by?
Did she?
You did not see Sasha.
Sasha. Sasha. No, I did not encounter Sasha.
Noctua kind of reaches out and grips one of the coral for a moment, holds it in his hand, and he thinks a bit.
Is Sasha alright? Where is she?
She went after you.
I did not deviate from here to the ship. I was not attentive. I do not believe we would have missed each other.
No, I don't believe you would have. Wish,
What
huh?
happened? Where we need to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. He kind of turns over and looks Lexi directly into the eyes. Lexi!
Yes, Noctua.
Sadness will stay in the heart for a long time. But I need you to light a fire in yourself for a moment. I need you as a friend, and so does Sasha and others.
I am not capable of what you attribute, but yes, Sasha needs us. We should find her.
Was... Oh my god. Did you seriously just say that? Sola, he seriously just said he can't light on fire.
Sola starts snorting, like she just let out like a whole lot of like tension, just like laughing at that.
Letting out some of the tension from himself, he grips and breaks the coral and turns around to the silver god and just kind of okay.
They look at you quizzically.
Now is the time to be strong.
They nod at that.
Shinpei!
He moves forward.
We intend to head back to the island. Would you like me to show you a safe passage across this coral reef there?
He thinks about that for a moment and then actually takes a step back, almost rudely ignoring you. and then these two, well, all three of these people start to rush past, and on the way past, Ruger gives you a huge slap on the back, like, good luck, buddy. I have no idea what you're going through, but it seems like a lot. So,
Are you sure you don't want to come?
I'll be with you. taps nose in the most important way I can.
Not his head at that. He restores his heart attribute.
The three run past and make way down the reef. Then Shinpei walks up. I'd be happy to accompany you. They'll be returning to the ship to hopefully get our cannons back online.
Excellent. Then let us show you this mysterious island. Lexi.
I apologize for my absence. Is everything all right?
No, it's not. But I feel like at this point, seeing it's better than describing. As we walk, prepare yourself for something very different when we return to the island, Lexi. It doesn't look the same. If you could, you'd be much better at than I could. If you could describe to Shinpei what the island was like earlier, I think that would be very valuable.
Of course.
Tell him
Lexi
what we
falls-
see.
Lexi falls into step with Shinpei and begins an incredibly detailed account of the island and all its representations as
Kind of-
Lexi or the others have encountered them.
He kind of puts an arm on Sola and kind of pulls her forward a bit. I feel like they'll help each other. I feel like he'll help him a lot. To, like,
I know, we got two brains now.
No. I feel like, if anything, it'll help him cheer up a bit. He gotta... We gotta find Sasha.
Yeah.
But... I'm worried. Make sure to be strong, okay? We both gotta be strong for this. I could use someone by my side for this.
I'm gonna...
That tower was pretty intimidating.
Oh yeah, she's strong.
Oh, hell
All
she
right.
is.
All right. He gives a thumbs up, and then let's go.
Okay. You head back down into the caves. Wait, yeah, let's do this one. There you go. So you re-enter the caves, and Shinpei actually leads the way with an almost certain step. He and Lexi continue to discuss, and then he stops dead. Little snail antlers sticking straight up. Hold on a second. His like eyes sort of cast through the darkness. I believe you said that this area was clear of monsters. And as he says that, he looks back at the group expectantly. And as he speaks, you notice that the walls are starting to, like, sort of contort. And then you notice it. Gigantic black sludge pouring in from one of the side tunnels.
Oh.
Two of them!
They're weaklings, but that's annoying.
Or one large conjoined one.
Were we fighting the same one, or did we just find more?
Is there another path around?
That way.
He looks back at the gigantic sludge creatures. I'd prefer not to engage with that.
All right, then. There's actually a way we could go. Off scaling a cliff edge, we could get back to the Silver God's place. That's safe, hopefully, still.
Oh yeah, that place is completely safe. You start to move up and around. And you notice you look at the bodies of the bloom shades and they actually appear to be empty now. Like just the clothing now remains.
Oh, okay. Shades are gone. Where'd they go? What did they do to themselves? Are they eat? Are they those now? Hope not.
You look up the pathway and you see You see another one, actually, almost, like, domineering the path. Like, you can barely see light beyond it.
Mhm.
And Sola, you have a moment of realization and fear. Ah, crap! My house is that way.
Oh crap, my house! The goat!
And as you think that, you see something. Another set of eyes emerging from the darkness.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful little goat.
The goat just runs into the midst of your company.
Sola hugs the goat. Oh, I am so happy to see you. Are you real? You're real, aren't you? You pet the goat's head.
You now gain control of the goat. Fascinating. Shinpei is taking notes on all of this. Noctua, you...
Agag Berserkus. Unusual for this environment.
You look at the goat. The goat looks back at you. You make your way down and further.
Noctua does turn and sees the goat. Ah, brother, come on, let's go!
You make it to the end of the cave, and then you climb up the ridge. You make it to the little secret overlook. Grab that. Delete you. Oh, I somehow have only grabbed the goat, I see. Only the goat makes it. Let me drop you up here. You come up and over to the one sort of desiccated section of the island that was always this way and felt almost intentionally this way.
Mm-hmm.
You come back to that island, and you look at all of the death and the decay around your singular area of gorgeous trees.
You've done a good job decorating this hellscape.
This part just follows me. The crystal over here is shattered, by the way. Just
Okay,
a note.
Gotcha, yeah.
Up close.
He just walks up to the edge like he doesn't even seem to be cautious of the edge. Like he stops short, but it's like he's not even paying attention to where he is, and he's just looking out at everything, and he says, "What happened?"
We're not sure. However, falls to us to figure out. We're going to that tower.
What
You look.
could have done this while we were gone? There was...
It's not what did this while we were gone. This was the way it was. We simply couldn't see it.
But that is inaccurate. I have been relaying how it is meant, how it is, how it has been recorded by he's kind of staggers a little bit. Faulty.
He kind of thinks about that a little. He's just... I'm not sure how a delusion will work. But I also frankly don't care. It's shown its face so we can break it now. He kind of moves up. Sola, I can help with the goat. No, the goat's gonna be fine. It can scale
Oh, I'm
something
gonna
like
take the
that.
goat.
I believe the goat would be better off scaling down on its own.
So, Silver God looks over to Shinpei. Want a boost? No, thank you. I'll be fine. He hops all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, come on, Lexi, let's go. Silver God picks you up and then
He doesn't
jumps.
resist. He's not even reacting to being next to her.
Yeah,
We hop on down.
and you go down.
Alley-oop. Solo runs down.
You backpack the goat,
Go.
and And you make it. You make it back to the Silver Gods, immediately rush out, and run to the foot of this gigantic tower.
Sasha. Sasha? Sasha.
He kind of moves up and again turns over to Lexi. You feel the eagerness in your heart now. The concern.
We need to find her.
Yes, exactly. But the time for mourning pass later. For now, we have a job to do. All right. He kind of checks up on this tower, then it's like, wonder when that guy's gonna show up. Maybe he already beat us to it. Are there any, like, footsteps on the ground, actually?
Yeah! Somebody hauled ass across the water again.
It's already gotten started, okay.
Shinpei runs over. He took our lifeboat. You see it smashed up on the shore.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Lexi's looking at the footprints, adults. I don't suppose there's any signs of anyone else having gone
No.
this way.
Absolutely not.
Didn't think so.
You head towards the tower. And you go inside with your fucking motley band. And
I see.
here you go. And
Big.
drop you in. You come in. You throw open the door, and looking on either side, these great crypts rest, with gigantic flowers adorning either side. It seems almost funerary.
Yeah. He checks around and then he steps up and he notices, oh, that's a big guy.
And yeah, around the corners, there seem to be, around the various corners, you see this towering creature sort of standing there. A gigantic shade that sort of stands out amidst the dark. Everything in this tower simply feels off. Shinpei reaches up and touches one of the, like, grave markings almost. A strange place. He looks back and forth and then looks over to you, Noctua. I've been thinking about our discussion earlier. I think I've come to a conclusion.
No?
About one of the points you made. You can tell Shinpei's been thinking and walking at the same time.
Yeah.
Specifically, what you were saying earlier about the purpose of a legend. He thinks about it a little bit more deeply, and then motions around to the tower around him. This place seems to be something of... This place is the marker of a legend, and I, as an observer, am fortunate enough to see it up close in this moment. Were it not for your own participation, I would not be involved, so you have my thanks. The purpose of a legend, I believe, is not something that can be viewed from the first person. As such, he takes a step forward. You are an unreliable source. The validity of you as a legend must be judged by the people around you, myself included. As such, I will be observing you closely.
He kind of smiles at that again. That's what I meant earlier. Though I'm not so good at describing these things with words.
He shakes his head. No, you got the point across to me.
He nods his head, and then kind of stops and stands at this entrance to this tower. And though it took a few steps inside, and this conversation, he feels something as he starts to kind of stand there a little bit. He understands that this tower holds something he doesn't want to know, and his heart won't be pure or maintained until he knows the truth of what's going on. But at the least, he does know one thing. This tower is indeed the birthplace, or the action point of a legend. So then let me show you. I'd like to restore blue.
Oh, absolutely. Shinpei nods approvingly. Apparently, you have gotten snail cred at some point.
He
Oh, hell yeah.
grabs his bow again for the first time since he's been on that island. He pulls it back, grabs an arrow, and turns over to this thing over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll to do, I guess, then, yeah.
Yes.
Or roll to do.
Oh.
Noctua, roll to do.
Noctua roll to... What the fuck? Okay, hold
no.
on.
Noctua,
Oh,
roll to
no.
die.
Did it... Noctua? Let me see if it works for anyone else.
Encountering error! Encountering error!
I'll try
just-
rolling to die.
It
Oh, yeah,
works
it
for
works for everyone
everyone
else,
but
not for
Noctua.
You pop down a new Noctua for me.
Hey, look, my usual roll.
Yeah.
That proves it's working properly.
What the fuck?
No.
Noctua, why'd you
Uh-oh.
break? Hold on. Let me create a clone Noctua.
Hey, Silvergon and Soul, you guys can keep those rolls to die, though, you know? It's
Pretty fucking good rolls. Duplicate.
I'm gonna grab some water while we'll try to fix this up. Hang on.
Now this is
Hydrate.
the cooler Noctua.
Noctua with sunglasses. I'm back after
I
the
was
time
thinking
skip.
the same thing. Shows up. You can't hurt me. These glasses are Gucci.
Default token. Remove. Yes, delete. Here. Now try to roll for the cooler Noctua, Christian.
Nope, it doesn't
What
work.
the fuck? Okay, hold on.
My head, like... Shinpei walks up. You're allowed to roll blue again, baby boy. Yes, sir.
Does baby boy want to roll blue?
Yes. Too bad you can't roll anything.
try to roll now.
Okay. Ah, yep. Oh,
Congrats, you're now the coolest Noctua.
Using my free 1d6 on this, because gotta give it a shot.
Did it actually work? It didn't.
I didn't unwound my attribute. Hang on, it does work.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
you gotta feel
excellent.
blue.
The coolest Noctua.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, does baby boy want his blue back?
Yes, I do.
Yes!
It's just cool 7-up cool spot.
With setting up, pulling his bow again out for the first time, and notching an arrow, Noctua pulls his arm back with a great strength, all of his muscles rippling as the arrow unlooses and flies with great strength over and pierces through the armor of this thing in front of him.
Okay, you punch through this creature and send it cascading backwards into this cage behind it. Silver God lets out a whistle. It starts to reconstitute itself and move forward.
Alright.
Okay, weird thing is, I know you killed that.
Oh. Well,
It
let's see if
continues
I
to close
can.
the distance.
Or perhaps, is that cage open?
That cage is, yes.
Okay. I'd like to perform... I don't know if this is still not initiative. I wanted to try something.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Noctua is going to fire more of those shots, those powerful shots. But yet it is not his power that he wishes to guide him. It is simply a tool he is using to knock this thing back with the force of his arrow strikes till it falls in that cage.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. Okay, so it will get to roll to die versus this because it can beat that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay.
Ooh. But it
Uh,
has a color. It can lock in a number.
it can lock in a color. It ties.
Oh.
Yes, give me a roll again.
Alrighty. It's taking a second. It's chunking.
Oh boy, that shit again.
Yeah. Back
Okay.
to 19s.
Okay, yeah, you send it flying backwards. Its body lands in the cage and the door rockets shut.
I fire one more arrow to slam into and shove the door gate shut, basically.
You lock it. You set it to lock. Silver God sort of grabs you. Okay, let's move on then.
Yes.
That's one way to deal with it.
Mm.
Lexi's kind of been reading the grave inscriptions on autopilot. He notices you're all moving and starts moving with you.
Shinpei also is reading all of the grave inscriptions.
It's like a museum for you guys. Jeez.
Want me to
It
break
is.
one off? You can read it on the go.
Yeah, that would be horrifically disrespectful. He says, looking around, and then leans in. Do it.
Alright, which one you want? Which one's you're picking?
That one looks relatively ornate.
So I see two paths ahead.
You shit.
One that leads to graveyard stairway, and then the other that leads up somewhere else.
Wow. She imitates you.
Yeah.
I think
my.
I break it.
Yeah.
You pick up the Zola, I'm just gonna give you a gravestone as a weapon now. Huh. Shinpei, huh? Who's up, dog?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna dip through a silver god and quickly check out this room. There
Okay,
seems to be an inscription.
You dip
stuff,
in.
yeah.
You start to like throw open the door, and as you do, you bump into something.
Okay, my apologies. I'm gonna close the door.
Give me let's clash to see if you can awkwardly Scooby-Doo this man.
Okay, yes. All right.
Oh yeah, by
I
1 point.
I close and he pulls back and I slam back with my hand and pull the door and then I just like
Nothing in there?
I fucking break the door.
That's somebody else's problem. Silver God looks at you and just lets out a fucking laugh.
Let's go up.
You continue on.
Want to catch up to that bastard.
And you make it to the next floor. No, don't worry about it.
I don't care about no damn weapons. I'm sure I don't need a weapon in here to fight the final boss.
No, you shouldn't use the ones in here on the final boss. It's a trap.
It's a trick.
I got a gravestone.
Nobody expects that.
If there's look, J-Man, if there was a cool fire sword in here, I know Ansler would have already taken it. He's not gonna use it, but he already would have dipped in and taken it.
Whoa, fire sword! Oh my god, okay. You make it to the next floor.
If you
And?
eat fire sword, is it spicy chip?
Let me go over here. I need a second because I need a song that isn't in here. So take a break, go get a drink, do whatever. Take a hot sec. Oh boy, yeah, you do that.
Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
I hate that.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you.
Oh, no!
Okay, so oh boy, here we go. You come up to the next floor. This long hallway stretching in front of you. The coffins, the crypts seem to grow more intense and choking, and you start to feel it hanging in the air too.
Mm-hmm.
This place burns to be in.
Oh.
as you come up, Noctua, starting at, for me, it'll be 240. Every minute you spend in this room will deal 5 damage to you. So, move fast. Glad you got that health.
Okay, hell yeah. Lexi, be careful. All right, so I get to go first then?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move up like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just gonna notch 2 arrows and fire them straight through this guy and that guy too.
So, one of those will be a clash.
All right. Gonna add in my bonus die.
First boy.
Oh, shit.
You lose!
Oh, shit.
You get shanked for 7 damage and lose your color.
Ow!
Roll wild for the next one.
Okay. Wild, nothing. Damn. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
D6 for that when we do that.
You managed to. So this one manages to shank you. You drop your arrow. Damn! Fire it off and hit this one in the back. You understand intrinsically that this area is killing you. Now, all of your friends can rush forward and functionally take an action for you. They don't need to roll because I don't want everyone to slow you down functionally. It's how fast you and I play. So,
okay, gotcha.
So for the next group, you see Shinpei dash past and engage them. Go on, keep running. The goat
1,
headbutts
2,
this one.
3, 4, 5, 6. Another one. I'm gonna fire some shots off. Try to get the big one over there.
Okay.
Still locked out of blue.
Still locked out of blue.
All right, for at least one. Okay, let's go. Fire, fire, fire. Let's go. Oh shit. Okay, one of these.
Okay, big one.
Like 13. No, 11.
Okay, you win.
Fuck you.
You strike it. You send it scattering backwards. Drop your swing. Reroll. Start of a round.
All right, roll a die. Okay, let's go. Yes. Ba ba ba. That's 2, 4 blue. Okay, logging in blue. Let's go. Blue
Take 5 damage.
Okay, will do. I'm down to.
I'll calculate it for you. You just play.
Gotcha. I then moving up, I'm going to whack this thing with my bow as I keep running straight past it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, you hit this one. Take an additional turn. Whack.
All right. I move, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Additional turn. 1, 2. I'm gonna whack this one too while I run by it. I'm gonna add an extra D6 to it.
Okay.
Yes.
You hit it. It goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you wind up there. Sola, Lexi, if you want, you can hop in related to this group.
Okay.
Sola, if you roll to die, Lexi will make one of them vulnerable if you can.
Right.
Oh yeah, you don't gotta roll. You get to just do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sola runs by and shouts like, "Ha! This goat has a taste for blood." And,
Lexi, I'll take your ability when I go to my next turn.
Oh cool. Yeah, Lexi just splaps one of them with a glyph, and it becomes susceptible to Sola whacking it.
Okay, excellent. So you lock up these 3 here. This one is KO'd. And Noctua, go.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to pull on Lexi's power to get this thing color so I can attack it and get Noctua's wheel.
Okay.
Done.
All right. I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
Bam. Okay.
Okay. You hit it. You knock it over. You activate Noctua's wheel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then, okay, I'm going to lock out my yellow and do an action that you could consider a little cheating here. Hence locking out my yellow to do it. I'm going to lock out my mellow to move extra, so I can do 1, 2, and then I jump 3, 4, 5 on their heads, and then try to leap straight to the exit.
Okay, excellent. Give me a roll to do.
Okay, let me do that. I'm gonna use my extra D6 on this because, yeah. Okay.
Okay, excellent. So you will clash versus the guy in the back. You beat him. So you go flying off and over just in time to see somebody rush up in a plume of fucking heat and smoke and slam into the group behind you.
And
you tuck,
yeah.
You tuck and roll. You go.
All right. Just gonna fucking go. Fire arrows behind me as I run.
Noctua, you make it upstairs. Congrats, you only took 15 damage from that.
Yeah. Ah,
You
fucker.
make it. You make it up to the next floor. Me, if Christian doesn't purchase health, I'm afraid. I'm also glad you got healed. You make it up to the next floor, and you see someone in front of you. This lurching, twisting, smoky, twitching form, almost stuck to the ground. Ensler, I'm gonna need you to make me 3 consecutive rolls to die to resist going fucking batshit.
You got it.
Mm.
That one's good.
Oh, does red? Oh, okay, red won the first one. Okay. Oh God, why do you only win with red though?
Oh, that's like
Everything's red.
red.
That's a tie. The
No.
last one's a tie.
The last
Blue
one's
got
let's-
5.
Should I do a tiebreaker roll?
Yeah, let's do a tiebreaker roll. I'm curious.
I'll roll it real quick. I'll just roll 2d6.
Okay. Oh, red doesn't win. Okay, that's
I've got
good.
5. Blue got 5 4 times.
So you come
Holy
in.
crap.
Yeah, good job, Blue. You come in, and
Oh,
Jay?
Jay?
Oh no, Jay.
Jay!
No, we lost you.
Jay!
what?
I hear you.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
We heard you
Okay.
again there.
The
Okay,
music
cool.
started, then he
Walk through.
disappeared.
Yeah. You can hear me now consistently though.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's literally one moment of dropping the moment you said that, but otherwise, yes.
Big fear. Okay, I'm gonna restart the music. This form starts to congeal and direct itself, and for a moment, Noctua, you look and you are ready for a fight. You're ready for that promised battle. And
Fine.
he jumps forwards, and Ansler, in this moment, you have control. What are you going to do?
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Ansler is going to leap straight at Noctua, and it sure is going to look like he is about to fucking run up and just fucking stab Noctua through the fucking chest with his big ass greatsword. But then, what happens is, Ansler fucking swings around this way and cleaves his sword down on a little masked boy right behind him.
I was picking up your vibes. You slam the weapon down, and with an explosion of fucking metal and heat, it scatters to all sides, sending shrapnel into the walls.
Oh! Oh! Thank you! You gotta turn around. Man, I just need to get out of the room so quick.
You need to
Gotta
make
knock it.
sure you kill them first in this place, I'll have you know.
Kinda narrows his eyes.
Nasty.
We just came in behind you, and those others weren't dead in that last room. Don't pull that on me.
No, and it's fine. You just didn't see the ones I cut to shreds.
Kinda steps up.
You start to walk through this room, and like Ansler's wigging out like a bit, but he's way more in control than the last time you saw him.
Yeah. He peeks at these windows and just looks around in this room. Was there something big in here? Did you already beat the thing that's supposed to be big in here?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. He kind of turns ahead and tries to see if the others are following up yet.
They are, yeah. No, one by one, your little party does manage to catch up.
All right. Couple minutes of break then. Let's keep going.
Yes, yes, yes. He fucking plumes back into like a fucking smoke cloud of red, and is like getting ready to fucking charge up these stairs again.
Yeah. Are you gonna take the time? Probably like. Are you gonna take the time to wait for everybody, or are you gonna like
Oh
go
no!
ahead?
I'm going
Okay.
to keep pace.
Okay.
Actually, I'll keep up this time.
Good.
You charge on ahead then, you too. And I'll just drop you guys down there, move you up to here. And you make it to the top of the tower.
That looks cool.
Yeah, something rests immediately in front of you. Just this large, overpowering form sitting at the very top of this graveyard. A horrifying, silent creature. Hansler, roll
Yeah.
to die again for me really quick. Oh, okay. You're able to remain in control for the moment, but you can see the target of your hunt immediately in front of you.
Yeah, no,
You
Ansler.
guys get to decide what to do.
Ansler, like, looks over at Noctua and goes, "Well, I suppose you're the one who has more stakes in this. What do you want to do, champion?"
A beast like that, can it even talk? I will not rob it of its words one way or another. You can... He kind of thinks about that. No, wait, hang on. He kind of, like, scratches his chin. Is it possible for a thing like you to sneak?
Why, of course! What do you think I am, an idiot?
Alright, cool. I'll distract it. Get ready to bum rush it if it starts attacking me.
Very well, very well. It takes steps around and, like, goes over here as Ansler fucking did it, like, start dissipating into a red mist over here.
You just see angry eyes in the middle of the fucking flowers.
He kind of steps over and... For one more time, I announce myself as a visitor. What are you? Who are you?
The creature just
Why have you made this place a delusion? And yeah, that's...
silently. It almost seems to gesture around itself. Apparently it can hear you.
He kind of stops a bit. So you can hear, yet you cannot speak.
Nods.
Seeing it non-aggressive there, he kind of stops a bit and he kind of like, He plants the side of his bow on next to the stones there. I see that you cry. Is this why?
It stops, thinks about that, tilts its head back and forth. Give me a roll to die really quick.
Alrighty.
Okay. Noctua, you start to feel almost a little sleepy. Like, just a little bit at peace. Like, standing down was definitely the right decision. And you start to feel complacency drift over you a little bit.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's fine. He'll follow this train and see what happens. Because he's already got his contingency plan floating angrily in the bushes. And that guy isn't going to get complacent. So, if something bad starts to happen, he'll be fine. I'm listening to the Siren song right now. I'm going to fucking preach through. I don't think this is going to stop me.
Okay. Yeah, so say what you're going to say next.
All right. He kind of stops a little bit and he's going to think and consider that for a moment. Have you seen my friend Sasha?
It slowly nods.
Where is she?
Shakes its head.
You don't want to tell me?
Shakes its head again, no.
Are you afraid of what I'd say?
Weirdly, it shakes its head again, no.
Oh, interesting. So you're not afraid of me?
Nods.
Oh. A wrong decision when you seem to be robbing me of my reunion. I'll tell you, nothing makes me more...
Shakes its head again.
Ah, this is annoying. I hate this.
It gestures around. And then stops.
He kind of thinks and goes over to the corner and grabs a stick and tosses out the center. Can you write?
Looks down. And then slowly, its gigantic form shifts forward.
What is your name?
It stops. Taps the stick against the ground for a few times, and then just writes a simple word, not one that you expected. Sunflower.
Mm.
Noctua, roll to die again for me.
Okay, sure thing. I don't need to worry about this, so I'm pretty fucking good. See,
You're
like,
pretty
exactly the same.
fucking good. You're pretty fucking good. Like, look at how good you are.
Look how good I am.
Do it again after you've unlocked your yellow, because you rolled once without it.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, you're right. I gotta
Yeah, so you can just click the L.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna roll again.
Roll to die again, fresh.
All right. Bam. Okay.
Okay, that's much better. Noctua, you notice something. As you speak to this thing, you are dying. like even as you share words, you feel the life leaving your body bit by bit. It's almost like a chill passing over you. It feels like this isn't just complacency. This is the sleep that comes before death. This is getting lost in a blizzard.
Okay.
So I'm gonna basically, are you gonna keep talking to it is the question.
Noctua sits for a moment and thinks about that a bit and is like, sunflower, huh? I'm not too familiar with flowers, but I think I actually do know something about that one. You know, sunflowers, they're a flower that grows vibrantly. You want to know why? I'm sure you already know why. It's because it choked the life out of the other flowers that try to grow near it. I'm going to notch an arrow and fire at it.
Good on you. Okay.
I'm gonna roll the die. Let's see. I'm gonna add an extra d6 to this and just
Oh boy. Okay. So you fire an arrow at this thing. And Ensler, are you going to do anything?
Yeah. Ansler sees Noctua like reel back the arrow and fire it and goes, "Oh shit, it's time!" And he fucking jumps up in the air to like fucking overhead fucking down smash the ever loving shit out of this thing.
Okay, so it will roll to die versus both of you. Let me just do this and then this. Didn't expect you to get its name, so that's fun. Okay. So Noctua and Ensler, you managed to strike the creature. Tell me how you do it. Ideally simultaneously. How does this attack go off?
So what I'm thinking here is that Noctua, you shoot the arrow and I think it goes to block it, but then Ensler fucking reels around and stabs it in the fucking back, which makes it fucking like stay still long enough for your arrow to plumb into its face.
Yeah, I think that's true as well.
You managed to strike it in exactly this moment. And as you do so, it lets out a howl, a horrific cry that seems to... like the entire tower seems to respond. The roses around it grow that much more intense, vibrant, choking the life out of the soil. Oh boy, okay, so here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need both of you to wound all of your attributes.
You got it.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Boom. Boom.
Do that really quick for me. Wound all of your attributes, and then J-Man, I've got you covered. Noctua, reduce your HP to 1.
Nice.
Yep.
Man, I bought all of it though.
Yeah, no, trust me, you will be happy
Okay.
that you bought all that HP up. As this call travels through you, it feels like your very life is pulled away, but this creature is incapable of robbing you of it. And it draws up to its full height. I'm gonna need you to roll to die. Oh wait, you can't. So start of the round.
I can roll 1 evasion die.
Yes, of course. No,
I'll do that.
This is the start of round. You're fine.
Okay, fine.
Its entire aura changes. Now fully engaged in combat, it seems absolutely livid with you two. It it's gonna roll to do? Try to beat this. Oh wait, you can't. Oh wait, it's a crit.
Oh shit,
Hang on
don't!
now, I can, okay.
Evasion. Noctua, you roll to the side and hit a patch of sunflowers.
Shame that one of us doesn't know what our abilities are. I don't know which one of us it is.
You feel this wave of peace actually radiate from around the creature, and Noctua, you dive to the side and you get in those sunflowers. You get down from whatever this is, and as you touch down, you see the ground start to grow. Everything seems to get more vibrant around you. The island's regenerating, so are you. Regain 20 HP, both of you.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool. You gotta add that to my total for me.
Yes. Oh, I've got you covered. Okay, so you're back at 20. So, now it's your go.
Okay. Oh, still wild, no tributes, right? All right. So, we're gonna stand up and the island's growing back after we hit it, right?
Yeah.
But we also okay.
It reduced you to 1 HP and now it is healing you.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, gonna stand back up and kind of notch another arrow again, kind of trepidatiously, and see if like it doesn't seem to be doing anything. What's its visual cues right now? It seems incensed, right?
It is pissed off, but it currently is its icon, hands clasped together in prayer.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot it in its hand, so I knock the prayer off. I'm gonna shoot the prayer away.
You're gonna shoot the prayer away. Give me a wild roll.
All right. I need to roll this, and I'll add a d6. Bam! 19.
19,
again.
your favorite. Okay, so despite all odds, you actually managed to strike it in this moment.
Nice.
It recoils, drawing backwards.
And oh well, I guess it doesn't mean anything. That was a lower swing then, but still.
It doesn't mean shit when you don't got any attributes. Ansler.
Yeah, Ansler, feeling his very life getting sucked away and then regenerated in a second, reels back a bit, and then immediately upon regaining that energy, fucking flares up again. He's gonna use Ice Dragon, whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
Azure Dragon style, yeah.
We can make our swings red even if they aren't.
Yes.
So, I don't know how this works.
So, basically, you just roll wild as if you would, but it counts as blue.
Awesome. Excellent!
Oh boy, okay. So, here we go. I just gotta check something really
Failed each time so far!
I guess, is it too late for me to say I could have done that with Crimson Dragon style?
Here's the thing. Here's a very, very fun thing. You are currently...
I actually can't anyways, because that was not a wrestling move. Firing an arrow is not a wrestling move.
But you forget something.
Oh?
So, in this case, you strike out with Azure Dragon style. It's a blue attack, despite you being colorless in this moment. Tell me how you use your jagged blade to pin or hamper this thing's movement.
Oh boy. So, with Noctua firing to undo that prayer, what happens is, with its hands getting separated, Ansler's blade has a tip of a deep ice spike, and he runs in and piles it through one of the palms of this thing's hand, then digs it into the ground, and then breaks off the tip of the ice spike, leaving it buried into the ground.
And here is the best part. When you use an Azure Dragon style move, a Crimson Dragon style move can follow immediately naturally. Noctua, go.
Alright, so I will then now go up, and I'm going to try to pin another hand, pulling out an arrow and trying to shove that into the other one.
Okay.
Man, we're fucking crucifying this thing.
Don't worry about it. We're just killing it.
There, we're just killing it.
Just killing it.
Oh, actually, I can use my bonus thing, since I doubt I'm actually going to be dodging anything with no
No.
attributes, to add
1d6. So you get 2d6 on this roll.
2d6. Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Whoa.
thing. Good
Okay.
thing. Maybe it might
So-
have bonuses. Yeah.
You manage to pin both of its hands down, and it lets out a silent howl. You're red now. Noctua's wheel activates.
Yeah. All right. And so. All right. So then, now that that's pinned down, I also, when I perform I don't know if this works infinite looping, because it says an Azure Dragon style attack may be performed immediately after this one.
Yeah, it only works once.
Okay, good. But I'm going to
Crimson again.
now that it. Say again.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
crimson again?
Yes, I am. Now that it's pinned down here, I'm going to basically grab it by the neck and try to bomb it down to the ground.
Now that both of its hands are pinned, you're
Yes.
going to fucking run. Yeah, you're gonna drop it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a roll. Okay, you drop it. You slam its head against the ground. Both of you sliding past, having coordinated this strike perfectly, actually. Despite being robbed of literally everything, you're still able to functionally fight against this creature. Start of the round. Everybody drop your... Wait.
Oh no.
Welcome back to our level, punk.
Okay.
Ugh.
Look
I
at
read.
this poster thinking they're so cool with 3 entire attributes.
Wow!
There you go. Its attribute changes. It's going to roll to do.
Fucking kill me, bitch. Do it.
I'll kill you to life. It lets out another wave, this time far angrier. You fall back, seeing visions of a faraway place. That's right. Like eating on the beach. Spending that night there, it's all bleeding in all at once. You're healed 10 HP again.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So, Noctua's turn?
Noctua's turn. Or Ansler.
All right.
You guys can decide the order, frankly.
Okay. I got a little idea if you're willing.
I got
to-
a little idea too. What's your little idea?
Okay, first I'm gonna ask. Hey Jay.
Mm.
Did I get anything from eating Goo Boy?
Oh, yeah, you did. You did get something from eating Goo Boy. It'll take a turn to charge.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna trigger something with my pride here because I'm going to try to go in for wrestling again.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. I'm gonna walk in, wrestle the fuck out of this thing. It's gonna clash. See
Yes.
what happens.
Oh, let's see how this goes.
Oh, no.
Oh, you fucking fail.
No.
You run up and you try to wrestle it. You try to grab it again. It is now pissed. It grabs you by the face and just almost, this thing's just large. No real muscle mass, but it uses its full centrifugal force of those pendulum-like arms to drive you back into the tiles and simply holds your face there. You feel power radiating from it to you, regain another 10 HP.
Exactly. And now, Noctua screams out, almost muffled by the face, "I will not take your blessings! Ah! Stab it! Stab it! Stab it through! Hit me too!"
Fine, I
Tries to
guess.
Hold on to this thing.
Okay.
Ansel will proceed to piccolo this.
You're gonna do so. Give me a wild roll. This will hit Noctua.
You got it. Oh fuck.
Oh fuck! You're somehow just stabbing Noctua.
Good. Hit me.
So here's how this goes. You go to stab Noctua, and the creature just picks him up by the face again, whirls around and holds him out using him as a shield, and you just impale him.
Oh shit, dude.
How much
Noc-
damage is that?
8.
All right,
Take 8. Yeah, minus 8.
That ain't too bad. You're fine.
And as as this blood flows from you freely, Ansler, you look down at it, and Noctua, you look down at it. It's pitch black.
Whoa.
You feel better having lost it.
Good. I thought so. He's like, stab me more.
The creature too is like,
I'm gonna roll with that. Oh wait, I can.
You just gotta do whatever your instincts are telling you to do.
My instincts tell me Ansler is going to roll the doom. Whatever God says happens, happens.
Okay, everybody resets.
Excellent.
Okay, so Ansler, what are you gonna do? So, in this case, you rolled a 7. In this moment, Noctua's like, stab me, and the creature's like, no, wait, no, maybe not actually. And you just decide, you know what? This is too much thinking for me right now, and you decide you're gonna hit both of them.
Yeah, that's exactly my plan.
Are you gonna spend the turn charging up what you got from Goo Boy?
Yes.
Okay, so, oh boy. It's its go. It's pissed again. Hey, Noctua, your go. Ansler's out for this round.
All right. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. So, with this thing then, let's see. What could I do immediately? I'm gonna try to wrestle this thing again.
Okay, it's gonna clash with you again.
All right. I'm going to go in, swing.
Yeah, you get to use your attribute bonus that way.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So.
Okay, it does bad.
Bam. So attribute bonus too? All right.
With your attribute bonus, so
that's a
yes.
+6 on there as well.
Yes.
So, all right.
You managed to wrestle this one.
All right, that's 12.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Tell me what happens.
I'm going to grab this thing, and I'm going to pull it into Ansler's blade again. Both of us. I want to clash, remove its cover, and pin it on a bait, and we're both going to take double damage.
Together!
Okay, so Ansler actually doesn't have his blade out for this turn, but you managed to get this creature in exactly the ideal position for what's coming next. You take away its swing, and you deal a boatload of damage to it. It is going to let out another cry, this time wild. It still is going to hit you. This time, it only restores 6 of your HP, Noctua.
Okay.
It still did roll pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Start of the next round, everybody rolls to die. Ansler, I assume you want to go first.
Yay.
Okay, it's gonna get its go.
I can't roll to die, are you silly, Jay?
Yes, of course. It's gonna get its go first. It's gonna grab Noctua again. And try to give you the well, it's going to succeed on giving you the old 1-2. Grabs you by the face, lifts you aloft, pours empty dreams into your head. You are healed for another 10 HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, yeah, you take it away.
Alright, so I don't know what this looks like or what it's gonna do. So we're gonna
Flavor
see.
it however you want. It is when the creature used it was a beam of hyper-pressurized sludge. You do you.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I know what to do here. Oh, maybe I don't.
What the fuck is going on?
So, you fully charge up, and you slide backwards across the ground because it's a crit fail. I'm gonna take over. And instead of for a second, the creature that you devoured starts to take hold again. Your form starts to break down, and your eyes split again and again and again and again. And all of that vision refracts, and suddenly you see the world just multiplied time and time again, and you use that to aim. And you feel a gargling in your chest, and instead of this blast of sludge, what flies free of you now is pure, burning, seething hatred. Pure hunger. The flame that devours all. Noctua is not okay with getting hit by this, but someone rushes into the arena and is going to Here's an ability that they've had stored up for a while. Oh, you're doing this now? Cool. Impress me happens. Both of you roll again, you clash. Ansler, add 2d6 to your swing.
Okay. So I type in 2 and it says choose amount of d6?
Yes, exactly. Excellent. And knock to a clash, and it clashes.
All right.
Wait, no, it doesn't clash. This just hits it.
All right. So do I roll, though?
You do roll.
All right. And I just get my normal 1d6 for this.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, that's great. You wanted to lose that.
I did.
So the clash hits you, and this seething, burning fury pours over you, and it catches the Fox God's blessing. You feel that burning away. Parts of the essence that are holding you together just being stripped from your very core. Noctua, that is... Let me do some math. That is 24 damage.
Okay, nice.
You feel this fire pour over you as your essence departs your body. The creature similarly is burned to shit as well behind you.
The hell was that one? That worked to your liking.
You say fire like dripping from your mouth like spittle.
Yeah, it's good you flavor it like that, because if I had succeeded, the way I was going to flavor it was Answer was going to stick both of his arms into his mouth, and then rip out, fucking weird, goddamn, stabby claws of, goo.
Oh, that's fucking rad. Okay, start a round, go. Me.
Yeah, you.
Let's see. What's it got? Oh, very good.
God.
Oh, but this sets it up for the fuck zone, so we're gonna see. Okay. It's going to go, and all at once you feel that burst of peace come from it again. Both of you regain 10 HP.
Okay.
So, Silver God gets to roll.
Oh yeah, the Silver God gets to...
Oh, Silver God's fine.
Silver God gets to just kind of like, hey, why are you fighting like that?
Why are you doing this? What's happening? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna ignite like this. Okay. So, yeah, Noctua or Ansler, it's your go.
How about you going first, Noctua?
All right. Would you like me to hurt you?
I mean, if you want.
Noctua is going to, if only I could lock out a dice to give bonus, but I can't.
You cannot. You have nothing.
And you have nothing. But it's back on yellow. Noctua's gonna swing in and try to get Noctua's wheel going again by wrestling this thing down back in the direction of his companion here. So I'm gonna add my extra d6 to this as well, just to give it a little more possibility.
Okay.
Man.
Let's see if it wins. Did I? Oh.
Might win.
I might win.
Yep.
It wins. So you try to wrestle it into place, and it just grabs you by the face and keeps you at arm's length. You try to get a hold of it, but they're like, they're gross and slippery. Ansler.
Ansler's gonna follow this up with Azure Dragon style. And what he's going to do is he's gonna run up, fucking jump on Noctua's head, and then bounce up and try to fucking impale this thing through its eye with a ice spike.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna boop boop. Fuck!
Hey, I fucked up the. Oh wow, this thing does not give a shit about you. It bats you away through the air. However, I fucked up earlier. That was the free attack granted by Noctua's Crimson. You get to Azure again. You skitter across the ground, bounce off the wall, and just come back for more.
Yep.
Give it another go.
Come on, that one. Fuck!
Let me see. Oh,
Fuck!
so, no, here's a fun thing. I've been fucking up. You should be adding 1d6 to your wild rolls.
I'll add
That's-
a d6.
Yeah, add that 1d6. See if you tie or win. I could see you tying. Okay, you do win. You slam into the creature. You hit it in the eye with an ice spike, and well, the wheel of the red activates.
Oh.
Go again.
I don't know what this does. That's excellent.
You
Yeah.
get an extra turn.
That's cool. No, what he's gonna do to follow up is with yet another ice spike, he's going to go for the other eye.
Okay, give me another roll.
And,
This thing rolls like a fucking god.
and I roll like an ass!
You get it in one of the eyes, and it uses the force to send you flying across the battlefield again. Everybody drops, it gets to go. It's looking pretty damn wounded at this point. It's going for this blue. And
How are we feeling now?
And as it reaches down, you feel like before it was a wave of peace, then it was a wave of dreams. This one is a wave of nostalgia almost. Remembering the past and kind things that came before. Noctua, you're particularly susceptible to this one.
I am.
It reaches out, and you correctly surmised earlier, it attempts to give you its blessing. But
Yeah.
something nudges you out of the way at the last second, and instead, someone who's very used to dealing with nostalgic feelings takes the blow. Sola! This creature reaches down and you manage to nudge Noctua out of the way at exactly the right time. It grabs you and you're temporarily overwhelmed by these feelings of nostalgia, and your maximum HP is pushed over the edge. And for a second, you feel this complete sense of satisfaction, peace, and serenity. But interacts with something about you strange. In this moment, you get the feeling, were you anyone else, this likely would have been a killing blow, or the closest that true death can happen on this island. And it reaches out instead, and from your arm socket instead, your arm drops off, a new one regrows rapidly. You go through like a rapid molt. It's horrifying for a second, and then you're just back like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Did you saw that, right?
Oh.
I lost my arm, right?
Supergun,
point at it.
Supergun point. What the hell was that?
Is Sola's arm dripping black blood now?
The ones on the ground are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, the severed arms are all dripping black blood. Sola, you feel pretty accomplished at having survived that. The creature looks at you like, what the fuck?
Noctua is breathing. He points to himself. Man, that doctor was right. Leeching really is the best medicine.
Okay, Noctua, Ansler. Who's going?
I got something.
Go, get going. Get him.
Ansler looks over at Noctua and says, "Hey, have you so happened to notice that there's so happens to be a points over here? A very useful drop-off over there."
Yes.
Good. He runs up, skids around these guys, does like a weird spin on the ground by planting his sword in there and spinning himself over, goes over this guy, starts up Azure Dragon style to impale this thing through the chest, and then start running it towards the edge.
Oh boy, Clash, let's do this.
Let's go! There's no way you can beat me in a clash!
No way I can beat you in a clash.
If I get a nat 20 and a +5.
You've got this. I believe in you.
Alright, hold on one sec. I'm just gonna real
Get
quick.
that bonus dice.
Yo! God! Don't fuck me on this one.
A nat 20 and a +5.
Oh,
God had your fucking back.
off the building. Let's go.
You drive this creature backwards and send it towards the fucking edge. You get it up there and you're driving it back and it's about to go over. Noctua, go.
Okay, let's see. For my brain, for 1 second, was like, "Oh, Noctua's here," and I'm like, "Wait, no, different one. Hang on."
Wait, wrong Noctua.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna move up next to him and continue the push.
Okay.
Like Chris punching Boulder. I'm gonna go in on him. I'm going to help again. Push this thing as best as I can.
You shove it back and it loses another few feet. Sola!
Roll to die.
Roll to do.
Oh, okay.
Shove this gigantic creature.
You should be the one to knock it off. You'll be fine.
Would be okay. Just so you know,
Okay.
It's totally going off the building.
oh yeah, totally. It's
That's fine. You need to get rid of some HP too.
it's cool. Man.
You, Sola, you charge as well, and you slam into this thing. You go.
She still has the gravestone and like brings it down on it.
And the three of you shove and shove and shove and shove and shove, and this thing flies free from the building's surface, and Hensler attached to it, biting and scratching and clawing at this thing.
As they go down, you just hear a.
You guys fly from the building and just slam into the ground. And there's silence.
Noctua breathes. He, for a moment, arches an arrow and looks down and thinks, "Oh, should I shoot it? Is it moving?"
It seems to be flying fucking motionless. A lot of black blood on the ground down there. A lot of black blood on the ground down there.
Oh, good. I'm glad Ansler cleaned out a little bit.
You say that is Ansler eating this thing?
You look down there, and I think Ansler's fucking unconscious right now.
Oh yeah, hold on. I can actually do a thing for this. Where is it? Yeah, no, you would have hit 0 super bad. Let me hop back to this. Yeah, let's do this. Ansler.
Yeah.
You're you've slammed into the fucking dirt down here. That's Noctua. You lie next to this gigantic creature, just burning, rippling away, and you let out one long sigh. You're so fucking hungry right now, but your body just doesn't have the strength to move.
Yeah.
And
he lifts up his sword like he's about to do the thing he did with the sludge monster, and before he can even reach it to plummet into this thing, he just the fucking flames around him just dissipate and he just goes down.
Yeah, you collapse. The fire finally leaving your armor. Kerchunk, you lie there motionless, just looking up at the sky. The island's completely dead around you, but for a second, you can see with clarity what that damn sky actually looks like here. Meanwhile, on top of the tower,
Noctua sees the thing go down, and then there's like something that catches in his throat for a bit. It's just like, all right, that thing's done. How does he feel? He's looking around at this place.
it's a weird sensation. That peace that you felt almost forcibly invading you before is starting to dissipate like little bits of smoke in the morning. You exhale, and almost that same peace and contentment seems to go with you. Whatever hold that this island had over you is starting to fade.
In
And
that same way, he feels a lot of bad things come back,
yeah,
and he feels so weird that feels relieved at that. Almost.
no.
He's not happy about it. In fact, he's the opposite of happy about it. but also the part of his fight or flight instincts is turning off now, so that's good.
You know this feeling. This is the feeling that happens when you've successfully slayed the creature, everything is brought to a rest. This is the feeling of satisfaction when a legend is finally completed. You know this moment will go down in the history books once Shinpei catches up. Why does it feel so wrong?
Just to, like, check. He pulls out an arrow and notches his finger to see what color his blood is.
Still red.
So this is victory, huh?
Just for good measure, Solo steps over and drops the gravestone down.
Roll
Answer's
a
like-
1d2 to see if it hits answer.
I'm just gonna for funsies. Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
you're just Answer, you're looking up at the sky like, this isn't so bad. Oh shit! Roll over! It hits this thing and there's just this fucking detonation of tar-like blood. Noctua, how you feeling? All of your stuff's still wounded. It's strange. You're barely standing.
He kind of he stops himself from like getting into like a certain mindset that has him keep moving and finding the next solution for a moment, and he just kind of he stops to turn into Sola and kind of pull her back from the edge a bit. Don't fall off yet. I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Hey, I talked to the thing. Said its name was a sunflower, very fitting. That which choked out choked the life out of the other things that lived with it. I think now the things that lie here are safe to be dead. It said it also saw Sasha, but when I asked where, it wouldn't tell me. It shook its head.
Well, we gotta go find her then.
He's silent at that. Yeah, I suppose so. He kind of looks around the island and feels that just empty peace fading. Is there anything specific that's coming back?
It's the faintest feeling, but it's just a welling sensation of wrongness. Bitter truth, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just woke up in the morning, just let the windows open, and just this cold wind blew through you. That's it. It was hard to say. It was really, really hard for some reason for you to say, let's go find Sasha.
Mm-hmm. He turns around and moves and kind of approaches the Silver God. I think, how are you feeling? Do you feel like the thing that's been keeping you here is gone?
She opens and closes her hand. I think so.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It is.
He
She looks
kinda gives
excited.
He gives like a little grin to them. Yeah, it's good to know that by the time we leave here, no one will be left in this place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're gonna
right.
have to celebrate.
Noctua's not really ready to celebrate yet.
Noctua, you. That thought sort of echoes through your head. Yeah, we gotta celebrate in this hallway. As you start to walk down it, stop yourself really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to stretch on and on and on. And it continues. And it continues. And you keep walking and walking and walking. And at some point, you notice that you've lost sight of everybody else.
Ooh. He stops and turns around again, and is the hallway all empty? Does it
Completely
stretch on all
empty here.
between that way? Yeah. He thinks a bit. He's gonna walk a bit forward a bit.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to see if the way the walls are arranged, the tiles on the floor, the wood, if it reminds him of any place on the island.
It does. Yeah.
Remind me of that fucking inn.
It reminds you of that fucking inn.
I see. So, my truest enemy is shown back again.
You say?
I've been walking these halls all night.
You think about what this could possibly mean as you keep walking.
He stops a bit. Takes a moment. He knocks on the wall.
You knock on the wall. You call out. You do everything you can to try to communicate with people in this space, but nothing, there's no response. Nothing seems to happen.
Noctua takes a moment to sit down in the middle of this walkway.
So Noctua,
mhm.
while you're in this space, I'm gonna say you can heal all of your wounds, and you can spend literally all of your Fox God's blessing one time for a very, very instrumental role.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me how you're going to go about this, but this role is probably the most important of your lifetime.
I
So,
see.
I'm gonna need you to make a call here. So, do me a favor.
Mhm.
Unwound everything.
Even red?
Even red. If you so wish. If you think red should still be wounded, red can still be wounded.
I think red should still be wounded.
That makes sense.
All right, so let me heal everything. All right, and I will use my fox. Is this roll to die then?
This is a roll to do.
Roll to do. Okay.
You can roll to die first.
Alright.
So you can get a good dice. Okay?
All right.
It makes sense that cleverness would be it's
Yeah.
what you've been relying on
In
up to this
fact-
point.
In fact, I'm gonna pull on Towering Shadow
Okay.
to get that up to a 6.
Smart. Excellent. You
So-
you gotta set your swing to a yellow 6. You can use this. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Let me actually drop. I gotta set it to the yellow 6. Yellow 6. Submit. All right.
Okay.
Now I will burn my other, so I get 2 rolls on this plus this.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see how well you roll.
Bam.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's very good. Okay. Noctua, you sit down in this place and you let the silence settle in around you. And multiple thoughts run through your head. Illusions, is this all real? Who's fake? Am I fake? You think across all of that as hard as your big strong brain can.
Mm-hmm.
And you come to a few conclusions, a few things that you know for certain. Everything that occurred was real. Certainly. That is not something that is up for debate. Your entire life would need to be an illusion in order for that to make sense, and if that happens, it happens. You're like, whatever.
Yeah. At which point, who gives a shit?
Yeah, so by your own empirical reasoning, you can determine that island of Ornis was real, and everything that you did was certainly real.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain parts of the story that don't add up to you, certain oddities that never exactly clicked, and as you sit in this hallway, you feel like this area is one of them that never quite really made sense to you, even tied in. Why was it there? Why was it around? It always felt wrong.
It always felt, when he first walked into it, the big thing in his head, it felt different.
Yes.
At first, when he was questioning so much, it didn't feel like he was on the island whenever he was in there.
Yeah. And you feel this air of differentness, and yeah, that creature, when it was giving you its blessing, that had the same air of artificiality. It had the same fabricated nature to it. And then you turn your mind towards probably the one person that you haven't wanted to think about up until now. What do you think of Sasha?
Hmm. Encountering Sasha to a degree, he thinks about what Sasha was doing here and how Sasha was here and everything like that, and how the land of Ornis was abandoned 50 years ago, and that Sasha, in that way, existed like that, way too young to be in that form. Sasha herself should not exist on that island. And the way he thinks about that, he thinks that for what Sasha was to him, what Sasha gave to him, she's almost too good to be true.
Mm.
And in a way, also, he realizes that and takes it a step far. Me meeting Sasha, even if regardless of what Sasha is, me meeting her would be too good to be true for her. Same with everyone that showed up on this island, basically. He realized that regardless of what perspective you take, whether you take the perspective of, hey, maybe he's illusory, maybe Sasha is, maybe neither is, them encountering each other and being and meeting each other here is both too good to be true and also really bitter.
You think this to yourself and you stand up. I'm gonna ask you to rewound Red.
It's already wounded.
Perfect. So with these thoughts swirling around your head, you come to this conclusion about Sasha and you stand up.
Mhm.
And are you ready to break the illusion?
He thinks about that a little bit. He thinks about what that'll mean when he does that. And in his head, he's like, He thinks about what if that means he'll ever actually be able to talk to Sasha again. And because even if it's, regardless of what's wrong, he could be wrong about something.
Yeah.
But there's a cold, clever part of him that is also ringing through right now. That wasn't Kato. That was him talking to himself. That was a message of Kato. In the cruelest of ways, Noctua already did talk to Sasha. Noctua already said everything he needed to. And in a way, they already had a conversation. So if he breaks this illusion and never sees her again, then that'll just have to be how it is.
You think that, you steel yourself, and you walk.
He does stop a little bit though.
Oh yeah.
As he steps forward, does he feel like he's leaving this place behind forever? Is that a feeling? Does he get that wanderer's lust again?
He does, yes.
All right. Well, he steps back then for one moment. The last few steps back he'll take into this place, if he has any say in it at least. He reaches into a pack, and there was one thing I messaged you that he did. He takes out a tiny little straw hat that he spent time making, and he leaves it in this strange place, hoping that perhaps someone else will find it.
You put it down. Maybe something for somebody else to pick up. You leave it there, and you finally make your way out of this place. And as you do, you see the sunshine again. You walk outside, the door snapping shut behind you, as if it was never there, and you find yourself in a place you don't recognize, the seagulls crying quietly outside.
Don't fucking say that shit to my face. Don't talk about the seagulls, man. He checks his wounds again.
They appear to be mostly gone. Your heart's still wounded.
Yeah.
All of those physical wounds, though? Yeah, completely gone.
His clever brain immediately is like, oh, Noctua, did you just fall into a second trap? And another part of him is like, just shut up for like 5 minutes. He goes over and sees an anchor. He's like, all right. He plops up next to it, leans an arm on it, and just kind of dangles his legs off on this little river path.
Yeah.
Back on the road again. Or, He's like thinking a little hard about this now. He's like, what am I even supposed to do now?
I mean, that's the best part of being an adventurer, isn't it? You get to pick that for yourself. A
Guess
voice echoes through your head.
He tosses this anchor in the water like a pebble.
You throw it in the water and it lets out a big splash.
He thinks a bit too. Now, he actually thinks back. It starts to hit him a little bit. I wonder if... I wonder. He kind of turns around. He tries to look where he is. Is he in like an entirely different location, right?
Yeah. It's
he thinks a bit now.
The same, like, similar seashore.
He starts almost laughing a little bit as he thinks. So the last words to Sasha were the ones that she said when she went to Lexi.
Yeah.
But the true last words in his heart, everything was voided out on that beach. The last interactions with at that moment, letting her know that wherever Sasha went, to have a nice point in mind, wherever that may be, if there is a Sasha or whatever, he doesn't give a shit. There's a Sasha to him. It's inside of him. And in that way also, he talked to the Silver God. And the last thing he learned about the Silver God was that the Silver God was potentially free. And the last thing with Sola was that everything there would be, everything would be fine. With Sola, everyone to the most part, except with Lexi. Lexi was less of a one there, but...
Yeah, you quickly run down the checklist and are like, yeah.
And he starts to think about how, if he had to write this in a log, if he had to write this in a book, something like that, something for Shinpei to put, this time, Noctua would feel proud of himself for how he handled that situation.
Yeah.
Pride about moving on was never one thing he had. He holds himself there just a bit longer, and then thinks, kind of obviously at this point, he just holds his chest a little and is just like, is even this too good to be true? He waits a bit on the edge of here, waiting for something to snap him awake again, waiting for some kind of unresolved thing to finally bring him awake back on that place, as if this isn't good enough for him.
You sit there for a good long while. Eventually the sun calms down. And you realize it's your time to go.
He stands up and starts wondering where the hell is he gonna go. He goes over somewhere to the side real quick. He looks at this building, curious if there's any symbols on it or anything he recognizes. Can he even read stuff here? Where the fuck is he? He doesn't know.
Yeah. There's a lot of very real life issues for you to tackle now.
But instead, he takes the stick in his hand and he walks to the center of this place. While there's still sunlight in the sky to guide his path, he tosses it into the air and it lands. And let me just do something real quick. Let's see. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, and the stick lands, pointing to the 2, pointing to or whatever direction that is.
Yeah.
And that's the way the legend wanders.
Noctua, you quietly leave this fishing village behind, and leave your tales on the Isle of Ornis as yet another log in a series of logs, to be someday written by Scholar Blade Shinpei. You meet up with the man later, actually. He seems rather pleased with, actually, how everything turned out. There was some confusion there. After all, Noctua just disappeared. But
Yeah.
it
I-
seems like
I
everyone
would
got off the
obviously-
island just fine.
Yeah, I of course asked about everyone. Everyone.
Yep. You go through, you find out everyone's fates, and it just becomes another chapter in that long, long book. Another tale in the legend of Noctua. Years and years and years wind up passing, and sort of drifts away along with the spray of the ocean, footsteps on a beach. And Noctua, you fall into a deep, long sleep. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
It's it lacks for the most part dreams. Sometimes you surface to see and talk to others, interact with the world again. And as those years drag on past, a lot of this loses its form. I mean, I'd be lying if I said you didn't lose some of your form as well. Vagueness sands off the edges of your tail, and instead, only that heart remains. Something that, to the very last, was something that you couldn't quite get a handle on in that moment, but you feel like you finally come to some sort of resolution for yourself years and years later. Part of you always, it rubs you a little wrong. It's a simple thing, but I just can't remember it. What was that girl's name again? And 450 years later, on a boat in the middle of the Gylardian fleet. Noctua, you wake up.
Ooh.
Clarity comes to your eyes. And it's been a while since you've been able to move around, after all. You twitch one arm then the other, and they look different. Very, very different. You look down, and there's suddenly a strike of pain, like a lightning shot through your head, and the events of the last few weeks suddenly rise to your mind. One last vestige that was left behind in this body. This person in front of you, or you think, no, this person that I am, gave absolutely everything to try to fight back against the people in front of you. Very little of her remains now. Just smoke left behind this heat that is your consciousness. You draw yourself up. As far as last wishes go, this is a pretty simple one. Fairly easy to engage with, right?
Hmm.
Those figures in front of you are the enemy, and they are this girl's enemy. For the moment, you're not happy with where you are. Your heart's still very much confused, but at the very least, you feel a moment of compliance with those last wishes. And, something about your new body shifts. Your bow, now, whatever remains of you, bound to this person, begins to run wild. And you feel it completely take over.
Get to see it.
And
Yeah!
something comes to life. Hey, Noctua,
Mm-hmm.
you got a boss fight on your hands.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Roll
have
to-
a different
Roll to die for me.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see how many attributes I have. Oh, 3. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, only
Ah,
3. It's
My
fine.
legend comes back to life, I see.
So, they're all gonna prep themselves.
Okay.
Okay, floodlights go. That one. That one makes sense.
Oh.
So, hey Noctua,
Mm-hmm.
go first.
Okay, cool. What am I gonna lock? I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in blue. And I'm going to first. It's kind of like, what? In his head, Noctua is sitting there. Final wishes. What? Beating opponents. Right. What day is it? What time is it? He kind of looks around. It must look very almost alien to see this figure's first action to lift up a hand and feel the rain, as if it wasn't feeling it previously. And it's like, oh, it's raining. Okay, we're on a boat. Alrighty. Oh, okay. He arches up an arrow and brings it down right on the boat.
Okay. The act of shooting is one of creation for you. A spire springs to life in your hand and slams itself into the boat.
It does, and he's like, oh shit.
Internally, oh crap.
But on the outside, he's like, I gotta keep fighting, gotta do this. He brings the spear down right in the central point to almost sever the boat. Sorry if there's no severed boat as.
Yeah, there is not.
Okay. But he does sort of like cause cracks to form and at least shake it, even if it doesn't sink immediately. And with that, he moves. And how's moving in this form? How's this for him?
You don't touch the ground, you just float above it.
Oh, nice. He didn't... Himbo that he is, he didn't realize that until after he tried breaking the boat.
You move and you're like, whoa, this is weird.
He starts flying back, and again, the boat shakes as he holds his hand up and starts preparing once again.
Okay.
To fire shots out.
Okay, so immediately, floodlights. This one rushes forward as fast as he physically can and attempts to jump the gap, because of course he does.
All right.
Let's we're gonna go with this one for you.
Okay, yes.
He jumps the gap, touches down on the other side, and wild-eyed runs up. This one's going to follow suit. She, eyes full of rage, leaps that gap.
Nice.
You know what her swing is.
Yeah, I know what her swing is. Yeah.
Okay, Noctua.
All right, cool. Oh, they've lined up for me, haven't they?
They have.
Nice. Noctua kind of, with one hand, kind of almost strings an arrow out of existence and prepares to fire. He's gonna, this is his cheeky cheating stuff. He's gonna try to fire an arrow that'll pierce both of them and knock them off the boat.
Yeah, fair.
That'll
roll.
be... All right, let's see. He's got a swing. I'm gonna use my Fox God Blessing for this one.
Yep.
And also that'll be that, my free one, but also I'm gonna lock out cheating, so I get an extra little bonus on this one.
Okay, fair.
Teach, fuck you. Right back.
Oh! Oh, does Noctua not...
I got soda and pizza. It's boss fight time!
I'm glad you're having a good time. Okay, so something different happens.
Oh yeah?
Cassius immediately gets impaled. He's driven backwards in a second. He tries to shove Teach out of the way. She does not give a fuck. She steps the fuck up. Clash with me, dork. Get rid of those D6s also.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That'll be. All right. Let's see what happens. Damn.
Oh! You shoot the shot, and it impales Cassius and sticks him to the wall. Teach arcs back with what appears to be a metal pipe and just smashes the arrow to pieces like bits of glass.
Oh no, this is surreal.
She reaches down and picks up the broken, shattered bit of arrow. You start to feel a little afraid. You just gave her a weapon, one she seems very adept with.
Wow. Oh, wow. Hey, that's pretty cool, actually. Noctua smiles a genuine smile. On the face of this thing, it's almost cruel and terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, boy. It's weird. She seems to yell something at you, but you can't hear it. Her face is contorted with pain and rage, but you are a layer removed from whatever reality this is. It's like trying to interact with people through the thick sheet of glass. You say that. You feel like your intention gets across slightly, and that almost frustrates you more, where it's like, damn it, it was a compliment. And then, at the same time, this person's going to run forward and, It's gonna jump as well. Let's do no. Let's lock in. Let's do this one.
Oh boy.
He leaps and is going to attempt to cross this thing. Okay. He does. And then this one is going to actually move over and take a shot at you. You hear a crack of some. What? Is that a cannon? And you look over, and it is the spitting image of Captain Ruger on the far side of the boat.
Oh. Ruger?
Give me a clash. Oh.
Right, let's see. Okay. Your cannon shit, Ruger.
The cannon shot travels straight past you. Yeah. How do you counterattack?
So cannon flies straight past me. I fire an arrow at it as it comes forward, and it slows the momentum enough to the point where Noctua could just bear hug it as it comes, and then whip it back like a boulder toss straight at that boat.
Oh boy, yeah, you do so. You whip it back around and manage to strike this person. Your go.
All right. Oh, I've got some fucking pizza, but no time. So, with that in mind, knowing these people in front, they've all lined up again. They keep doing this. He's going to, kind of goes this way, and actually, he's going to kick the steering wheel. That's a bit unlegendary, actually. It's more of a cheating thing. He's going to fire an arrow this way, and have it loop back around and try to go through all three of them again.
Try to sweep everyone? Yeah, you snap your fingers, conjure what is functionally a giant pillar, and send it a-flying. First one, clash. All
right. Let me pull out my free one again. I haven't rolled the die yet, so I don't get that cheating back, so...
Okay, you fully impale the first one, who takes the blow and flies back into this lady. Hey, you ready for the pain train again?
Yeah, let's see. I'm pretty confident, honestly. Oh, I'm still pretty confident.
You ready for the fucking pain train, dork? Noctua sees this person's glasses light up, and he thinks to himself for a second, it's every motherfucker with round glasses, ain't it? You see this happen as this man is impaled back into her, and she just grabs the fucking pillar that's sticking out of him and rips it through him and free, stopping the attack, and then spears it back at you for 14 damage.
Oh! Wait, that's a clash, though.
It is a clash, so you lose your color.
All right, yeah.
That was clash on defensive. Damage?
Okay, gotcha,
That was clash on defensive,
fair, you're right. All right, I lose my color. Oh,
you lose your color. And, Cassius winds up being protected. He's nursing his wounds. It looks pretty fucking bad. This lady's giving you hell.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to focus on this one a little bit.
Okay, roll to die versus this.
Okay, I will roll to die versus this with. Oh, I gotta lock out my yellow first. All right, that's okay.
It's Noctua, you're like, okay, I gotta watch out for that lady. Then, this person down here snaps his fingers, and you feel almost something manifest behind you. With almost a plume of flame and a feeling similar to the Silver God, something springs to life behind you and grabs one of your legs, smashing it. You feel intense pain lance up, and it connects to your brain almost instantly.
Oh.
And just as quickly as it happens, whatever that creature was fades.
Cheap fucker.
Everybody resets.
All right, yeah. Okay. I think with that now I get that back though, so that's good.
Yes.
All right. So, with that in mind, hey, wait a minute. All right, I'm gonna roll to die. Let's see what I do.
Yeah.
Noctua. Oh, that's an interesting thing.
Oh, that's very good.
Ah. But which one? What would that mean? Noctua, in this moment, his brain activates, and he's like, hang on a moment. He moves with swiftness, and then he just kind of floats off the edge of the boat.
Yeah.
And he starts firing arrows at... Okay, hang on a second. Give me one moment.
Yeah.
Okay. What are these? Alrighty. No one's blue, so I can't get a Noctua's wheel activation, but
You sure still do have that power. I mean, you can select a different color if you want. I'm fun of telling you how to live your life.
I don't know. This is pretty cheating.
This is pretty cheating.
I'm gonna fire it at this person down here who obviously
Okay.
seems to be sticking back.
Yep.
I believe I've isolated the problem of these three because they're all like want to come up and hit me, but that person doesn't. So this is very smart. All right, let's add that free 1d6 to help hit him.
Okay. And
All right.
they will roll to die. Oh boy. So something happens as you watch this person. You send, basically tell me flavor your arrow shot.
All right. The arrow shot twists around as kind of creating almost a couple of arrows. It's going to try to hit him from multiple sides without actually it's that surround with arrows hit kind of thing.
Yeah, you snap your fingers and you conjure arrows on all sides, and same as before, a shadow seems to twist around this person and take whatever incoming attacks are flying at him, deflecting them actually all to the side. You can tell this one has help. Some sort of summon spirit or something.
Oh, okay.
You ponder that for a second as these two coordinate, and this guy rushes up to the edge of the boat and is going to special toss someone at you. Hey, square up, jump.
For a few seconds, Noctua's like, "Oh, that's rat," and then
Here comes
square up, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
clash.
I'm gonna count this as red.
Okay.
It'll clash either way, but I'm gonna count it because I'm gonna try to wrestle this person out of the air.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, let's.
Hey, Christian, how does it feel to build a PC so powerful that she can casually bully a legend? I'm so proud. Listen, I'm just so...
my own mess. This is a taste of my own medicine. This is hilarious.
I'm so proud of her. Listen.
I'm so proud.
She grabs you and doesn't 100% anticipate the way your body moves or works, grabs you, and you actually manage to make a foothold in midair, which she uses to leverage and sends you flying backwards, your new body slamming into the deck again and sliding along it. Lose your color. Also take 13 damage.
Okay.
She splashes into the water. Move yourself back onto the boat. You are
Yeah.
behind the rain for me.
Oh, right.
Then this guy's gonna run up and he's gonna try to hit you with the crowbar.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, you take 7 damage.
Oh, wow.
But you do get to roll to die, so you can select a color off of that.
I'm locked out of my last color or dropped?
You are locked out of it until your next turn.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of. I turned it red, so would it lock my red attribute or my yellow?
I'm still gonna say yellow because she made
That's fair.
you swap
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Okay. So let's roll to die because I don't think I'll be able to. No, if I lock something in, I won't. But I will lock something in its response to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. Being tossed like that, shit, man. I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, you're getting in it. Okay. Your go.
Yeah. He stands up and just realized something.
Yes.
As Noctua gets up, this is the first time he's locked in red in 450 years. Because he was wounded and didn't get to use it prior. So I'd like to immediately roll to die again to see how the fuck he feels about this right now. Like just if he can fucking move at all. Okay.
Okay. He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
He's feeling it. This is like... He feels his awareness of the world, his feeling kind of pulling out. It is his heart. He thinks, to some degree, he can start feeling shit again with whatever the fuck's going on, but...
Yeah.
You know what else he likes feeling? The passion of wrestling. So he's gonna... gonna immediately, like... So, he's gonna immediately clash with this person, I'm assuming.
Which one? To the right?
Cassius.
Oh, Cassius? No, you will not. Cassius is yellow.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So...
You could just beat the shit out of him.
I will beat the shit out of him. Yes.
Okay. Here he goes. Beating 14.
Okay.
You do.
So,
yeah, tell me what happens.
Well, first off, I grip this guy, and pretty tall, so I grip this guy and just like, kind of like, hold him and then kind of flip him over and launch him at this one. Knock to his wheel. I'm going to attack again. With Cassius as my weapon, I'm going to clash with Sonder over here.
Cassius is wounded.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
He slams into this man, and yep, no.
I'm adding my extra D6 to this one.
Ah, yes. Here comes the clash. Ooh!
Oh,
and
man.
just like that, I know what this guy does. He picks up Cassius and throws it back at you! You get hit with the man!
Oh, fuck.
Cassius, now heavily wounded, wounds you as well. Not wounds, you're not wounded, you're just hurt.
Okay.
Cassius rolls to the ground. Then this man's gonna roll up and try to hit you. He reaches into his coat and he pulls out brass knuckles.
Oh, champion.
Okay.
I still red. Sorry.
You're still red. Oh wait, no, you're knocked out of red. Roll to die. Yeah, I forgot. Sunder hits you for 10.
And yeah, because I'm rocked. Okay, let me roll to die and
Yeah,
okay,
so
I'm locked out of those.
he just and you get to unlock one. Yeah, he rolls up and decks you in the face. You feel okay. So something happens when you get hit in the face with the brass knuckles. You feel a potent curse start to spread from them, almost radiating. Yeah, almost radiating through your entire body, and then your godly blessing shuts it down almost immediately. So it's not a problem.
Haha.
Then
Silly fool. There's nothing that could beat a godly blessing.
Antler in the distance. What? This lady's just gonna take a shot at you. Roll to die.
Okay.
Beat a 9.
Better at that. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll unlock that red now.
Thanks. She takes her shot and misses. Your go.
he stops and he's like, "Oh hey, it's a mini cannon." he's gonna walk over.
You float over, and
He
it's
goes
like
over,
fucking surreal.
And he grabs the gun. He's just gonna try to grab the gun out of her hand.
All of this is deeply distressing for the other person, but you don't really
yeah.
care.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, what's this? I'm gonna crush it.
You
Destroy
crush
it.
Linewalker.
And then I toss it back off the edge. I'm just like, still need some work. I'll have to tell Ruger about that later.
Oh my god, she goes flying backwards, okay? This guy's gonna go again.
It's like just
Pro-
a gun.
Problems McGee. Okay, roll the die.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Yeah, we reroll.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a. All right.
That was a good one. Ooh,
Nice.
Ooh. So something happens. The air starts to freeze around you, and something about this body hates that. Absolutely
Ooh.
despises it. Every instinct is like, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no, God, fuck no.
Oh,
and
I
you
see.
you get out of the way instantly.
Oh, okay. Damn, new weaknesses. It's just like, okay. What's next? He turns, seeing that one punched. This one seems pretty strong.
Well, it's reset time.
That's reset time, right?
It's reset time.
Let's reset. Roll to die.
I fucking love this.
This is great. I love how this is awful and tragic, but Noct was just a himbo.
I love that this is awful and tragic, but we're having a great
This is
time.
so much fun.
Okay.
Oh, I see it's cheating time. Or maybe
Yes.
not. It's not cheating time, actually.
Where is it? Okay. Let's get everybody equipped up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We got
yes.
the 2-minute break. Let me eat some fucking food.
Yeah, eat some food. 2 minutes. Use the bathroom. Everybody do your thing. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Sends this one.
Mm.
You can't tell in all the rain.
You can't
She's
tell it's
super
crying.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
tears in the rain.
Yep. And then this is my favorite pog ever.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, that's
Pretty.
so much.
That's really upsetting.
Oh.
This is the design so stream can see. I'm gonna get some intermission music rolling while we're
Man,
waiting.
if only Shinpei was here, he'd
Only
be able to stop me.
Shinpei's successor's here. Are you fucking kidding me? Teach is destroying you. Like, Saunder's a problem too, but Teach is like... Time to
Yeah,
start
YOLO.
replaying versus the flow.
Yeah, YOLO. That sounds good.
Okay. They're all gonna... I already lost the rules to die, so we're gonna do it again. Unfathomable slug! This was her fight. Oh, Cassius is ready. God, Sonder. You're fucking ready to square up. Oh, do you want to select your swing after they've selected theirs?
Yeah, I'll do that. I want to see what everyone's locking in so I can knock to his wheel him. Gotta wheel him and deal him, you know?
On a red this turn. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's get in there with a little blue then. Excuse me.
You know how Teach lives her life.
I do.
You know I am setting that swing to a red 6. You know what Teach does. Okay. Noctu.
Mm?
Wait. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait, let me double check your roll.
Yeah, it seems.
Sonder beats you.
Oh man, that's great.
So you're getting ready to do some shit. He's just gonna roll up and keep hitting. He's gonna keep
Oh.
swinging.
Nice. Well, I'll roll to die then. Oh,
Roll to
fuck.
die.
Damn.
Sunder kicks the shit out of you.
Oh,
He
man.
grabs one of your long, like, hair tendrils and just uses you like a fucking punching bag.
Oh.
You take an additional 10 damage. Okay. Now to a go.
He gives out the classic, "You're pretty good," and then he goes in and not pulling out an arrow, he just goes up to start punching.
Okay.
He needs to prove his legendary strength.
His legendary deeds.
Legendary deeds. I'm gonna let's. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Cool.
You win.
Yeah, I punch him back then, like serve him back across, and I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, time for the wheel to start spinning.
Okay. He goes flying back and impacts the wall, and actually seems to get wounded as well. He goes still for a second.
And then, almost taking up that stance, that was pretty rad. He's gonna try that kind of punching style too. He realizes his hands are like, those hands are really cool actually. It's like Silver God. Oh shit! He should try some stuff the Silver God does. He's going to forge an arrow that looks more like a strange. This is the power of creation. He's gonna forge a weapon that is very reminiscent of the Silver God.
Ooh.
And he's gonna whack Cassius with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Silver God bless me. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Silver God blesses you.
Oh, actually.
Oh, Cassius almost wins. Almost.
So, can I do something real quick? Because I realized Sonder had a higher swing than me.
Ooh, yes.
So I'm gonna roll to die and select a new blue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's glad you're
It's exactly the same. Everything that happened happened. But I'm gonna hit Cassius. Another. Yeah.
You whack Cassius. Narrate you hitting this man with this item.
I go up and I sort of like stab him with a sharp end and lift him up, and then I just kind of kick him up into the air, and then just switch it around and whack him like a hammer, baseball batting him across the entire ship.
Okay, you send him flying this way, slams into the barricade and takes another wound.
Yeah, I thought that happened. And I'm gonna one moment. What are the others sitting at? Are they all on blue? That's blue. Oh, red on Beretta too. Okay.
Yeah, red on Beretta.
He's like, okay, hang on. He forms an arrow and fires it almost haphazardly.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
She almost beats it, but does not.
The arrow flies through, piercing Beretta, and finally, he's gonna make sure this other person doesn't get back up. With his next knock to a wheel turn, he goes up, and he's just like, okay, how are they doing on the swimming?
You see them below the surface.
Uh-oh.
Barely. They're coming.
Oh boy, he thinks, okay. Usually when a projectile hits the water, it'll slow down in velocity. But my projectiles are pretty fucking rad. I'm pretty strong, so he forms up a few projectiles and then starts whacking them down with basically hammer striking a nail into the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna add an extra d6 to this. I know I need it.
You do.
Oh!
You sent so many arrows down, and this woman, she moves through the water like a fish.
Oh, fuck.
And in a split second, first of all, she, as you're throwing these arrows down hurriedly, I'm gonna work this into her next turn, that 15 damage that's coming your way. She swims through and then fucking slams leg over leg into the ship, and then leaps off, kicks you in the head, and then is going to take her turn. Lose your swing.
Oh! I don't like this!
Roll to die!
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. And you know what happens here?
What happens here?
Noctua is like, oh, I know what I'll do. And he reaches over, and it's this weird kind of moment of like stupidity that comes from Blast being in a body that would have this and being in something new. He tries to reach inside of his form to grab bombs from the bloom shades, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't, and then
then she kicks you in the head, rides you to the ground, and lands between you and Cassius.
Oh. Oh.
Your go.
Okay, I scoop myself up a bit then. How am I feeling? How's his body feeling?
Ow!
Ow.
This lady and that guy over there who's currently up against the ropes have kicked the shit out of you.
Okay. This is pretty unfair. I feel my pride being wounded. I just woke up. How dare these people? Okay. He's gonna like assemble himself back just a bit. And he's gonna fire arrows, but they're gonna go straight past Tish and Cassius, and they're gonna go hit this mysterious Amai over here.
Okay.
So
give me that roll to do.
Alrighty, let's do that. Let me roll. Yeah. Oh shit! Get off the boat, loser!
Here's what happens.
Okay.
Boy, I know exactly how this fucking goes down.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So, Noctua, you're finally like, you know what? How dare these people? Actually, how dare these people? This is like, I just woke up and they deign to challenge a legend. Your full imperiousness seems to connect with this host body, and your full power is drawn out as behind you, functionally, like, not just one or two, but like 20 or 30 of those spears.
Yeah.
And you get ready to light up the entire back of the ship. Cassius activates an ability.
Oh.
He
Cassius, you fucking...
He immediately puts himself in the way, and those spears strike home, and he looks up, horrified for a moment, realizing that the blow never came. Someone else took the shot for him. In front of him, the toe, is someone, and in a moment, you feel like your heart is cracking in two. It's, for some reason, something about this situation just makes you want to cry. Not sure how, you're not sure why, but it feels like whatever is left in this body is screaming out all at once. And finally, words manage to pierce through the veil, and you hear it clearly. You realize you're crying. It was hard to pick it up in all the rain, but you certainly are. A set of words come to you in that moment. Why are you crying? I'm the one who wants to cry. And like that, it all fades. Something completely wrong about this scenario. Almost like being disconnected from something you're viewing. Everything returns to darkness. Yeah. There's something wrong about this. What would be a good song for this moment? Maybe something like this? Nah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Not that one.
I just got handed a hot cup of cocoa and then you smacked it out of my hand.
In order to properly explain this scenario, I have to issue a few disclaimers first.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, parallel worlds, all that bullshit, that doesn't exist. That you're stuck with whatever you've got. That's a simple fact of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel, completely far-fetched. That could never possibly occur. But future sight is even debatable. Scholar Blade Shinpei has multiple articles written on it regarding the fate of a certain future Scholar Blade. Prophecy and its role in the world are all questionable, but there are certain constants. We call them possibility and impossibility. Different scenarios that once happened cannot be retracted. As time marches ever onwards, there are those moments in history that exist that stand out, that were recorded in almost glimmering detail by a certain dean of history. A term for this would later, far beyond Noctua's time, be issued as truths of the world by a certain wandering swordsman. A truth of the world is something simple. It is something that denies other possibilities. It simply speaks out that it can be the only constant. And, in existing, a truth of the world denies such sad fates. This has nothing to do with Noctua or his legend. This has to do with a certain truth of the world that came to be ages later. This event could never happen, simply put. It was contradicted purely and truly by a truth of the world. Something simple, not so grand, not befitting of a legend. The champion of Noctua is Martha Peach's friend.
Oh, fuck.
As such, we have to take the likely outcome. The one where the champion of Noctua walked away from that island, resumed his legend, and where it ended in blood on that boat. This likely outcome, and we have to call it what it is, completely impossible. Noctua.
Mm-hmm.
The chance of you walking away from that hallway was so... Walking away from that hallway with your heart intact was so remote, so absolutely impossible. It could be considered an impossibility if we're looking at statistical odds. However, the outcome that led to denied this outcome. Simply put, Noctua, you stand with your hand on that door,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel almost as if the legend itself starts to change. Noctua, in this moment, you re-roll an infinite number of times until you received the outcome in which all of your fox dice turned out 6 and you rolled a 20. It's almost like an infinite number of Sashas are currently cheering you on. You stop at the precipice to the outside and you steel yourself. All of this is wrong. You turn around and face the hallway again.
He stops again, and once more he holds in his heart, and he thinks, once more, drifting feet off of the road, off of the edge of that pier. No, it's not too good to be true. It's too poor to be true.
You feel strength return to your limbs.
I'm gonna unwound Red.
Yes! Unwound your red! This ending might be unbefitting of a legend, but it's perfect for you. Right now, you're going to forge your own ending. What follows in the tales and what Shinpei decides to write about doesn't fucking matter. In this moment, you're seeking the ending that you deserve.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so he's gonna start walking.
As you start walking back, you feel this place pushing against you. Everything that it did was trying to get rid of you. You were a problem, a hindrance. Everything that you did to this island upset the balance, and it hates that. As you move into this corridor, space begins to contort. Honestly, it would take the speed of a god to be able to close the distance this quickly. Thankfully, you've got the speed of 2 gods on your side.
As he runs, almost panting through breaths. You didn't think I'd leave you to win, did you? Stupid in!
You continue running. This time with increased purpose. The hallway superheats around you. You begin to feel your flesh boil and pop. Probably, in any other reality, this would simply rip you to shreds. But the fact that that outcome cannot happen drives you onwards. You close the distance and a different blessing invokes inside of you. The Silver
Cool.
God's energy entwining itself with yours. You continue moving on with
I
limbs
know
of
I'm
iron.
sprinting and running, but honestly, I just imagine him Belmont walking.
Yeah. You finally charge to the end of a hallway. This time, everything compresses down to a single point. But, well, if the speed of a god is required for this moment, and even the speed of a god isn't quite adequate enough, there's only one simple solution. The solution of a legend. The speed of a god is required. You'll simply move a little faster than that. You crush the distance between yourself and the island in a moment, and you slam into a familiar location. You're back here. You're
I
back here in this inn.
He immediately runs over and full of energy kicks this chair over. I'm back! Huh? He kind of stands there for a moment and
There's almost silence in the inn.
goddamn.
And
You're the worst opponent ever. You don't even put up a fight. You're just so quiet and waste.
you say that, and you start to travel up the stairs, and you hear a light call from someone. Please don't go any further.
He stops, putting a step on the stair, and then he turns and is like, let me roll to die something. Okay. He kind of vaults down and then pulls a chair open and sits down with a big smile on his face. Hey there.
Hi. She looks down.
How you feeling?
Please don't go any further, okay?
I guess, sure.
She stops and looks relieved for a second.
I'm probably gonna break this place later. That was my plan from the beginning. But got out of that hallway, so I have time.
She looks over at you. If you go any further, it'll push back a lot harder. You made it this far, and that's really good, but she shakes her head. I don't want to see this place devour you.
He kind of thinks a bit. Well, I know you wouldn't like to see it try, but I would, because it won't succeed. It almost did. I won't say I'm invulnerable, but it won't succeed. I'll tell you that much.
She starts to cry.
He kind of reaches in his coat and he's like, damn it. Did I...
You picked something that you picked up on the way back through that hallway.
Okay. He stands up. Hey, Jay.
Yes.
I've got something for you now.
Oh?
Go look at your DMs.
What the fuck? How the fuck did you?
Put that in a handout.
How did you fucking do that? Hold on. What the fuck, you... What?
Noctua approaches up, holding this hat in his hand, and he places it atop her head.
Okay, let me just really quick.
I'm back.
She starts to bawl openly as... Boy, you smudge this hat down on her head, and it first feels like for the first time, she's crying utterly and truly. A mix of absolute despair, but so much hope there. She's sniveling, struggling. Can you stay with me here for a while?
By the nature of it, we won't be able to stay here forever. but a little while is fine with me.
She starts to she starts to bawl, tears running down the side of her face, and the quiet of the inn begins to actually set in. Utterly and truly.
He kind of gets down on his knees a little bit so they can be even staring.
Yeah.
Must have been a bit sad to be here all by yourself.
She nods.
Not a bit sad. A lot sad, isn't it? You wouldn't be crying so much if you were happy.
She snivels. I don't... She doesn't know what to say! How are you back?
Well... I looked... You won't believe it. It's pretty incredible, actually. I was walking, and I thought I left. And really, I was just sort of seeing a path to the future. You know, seeing the future is even something a legend can do. He kind of grins. I saw a future, and I eventually saw when I woke up again. Far, far, hundreds and hundreds of years into the future, I wake up, and I'm strong as I am as always, even stronger. But as I woke up, I started to realize something.
She tilts her head.
I started to realize I was contributing to fate. And I also realized how that fate could be averted. At least by trying a little hard. Bit of circumstance.
She seems a little surprised at that.
It's honestly both. Sometimes fate, we need a little luck in order to subvert fate. But we also need our cleverness and our strength. But without that little bit of luck, sometimes we'll be stuck in places like these for a long, long time.
You think back and you clutch your chest, feeling the one thing that you were missing during all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's so strange. So, you said your goodbyes to Sasha. You said the important things that had to be said. It almost, part of you, a curmudgeon-y part that's more Shinpei than you, frankly, says, you've said your goodbyes already. What else is there?
Mm-hmm.
You've come to that conclusion. Legend of Noctua has come to an end.
And yet, also, I'm going to take that a bit forward.
Yes.
And, you know, I realized that there was a fate I was trying to avoid here. I was so desperately trying to avoid the tragedy of leaving and potentially losing a new friend of mine. Someone that I love deep in my chest. You know, didn't even pick it up until a little later. But, I was in the body of someone who couldn't say their demise. It made me realize that, well, big, stubborn, prideful of I am, I never gave you a chance to say goodbye, did I?
Her entire face screws up. I don't want to say goodbye.
He gives her a hug. I don't want to either. I don't honestly know my chances of being able to get you out of here. I'd like to go around the world with you. Show you everything. I'm going to be fair regardless of what happens. And I'm going to give you that chance just in case. Why don't you... He kind of... Hey. Picks her up.
She looks surprised.
And then goes and pops her on the couch. And, like, takes a sit next. More comfy here.
Yeah.
So, hey, Sasha?
Yeah?
Why don't you tell me all about yourself? Tell me about the cool things you want to tell me about. Let's just catch up a little. Just for a bit.
It'll take a while, is that okay?
Absolutely.
She looks down, sniffling, pulls the hat down a little lower. I don't want to stop you here, but I don't want you to go any deeper. Can you make me a promise?
I can.
Stay here and listen to me until I'm done. And then, when all that is finished, if you still want to go to the island, I won't stop you.
All right. So long as we're not here for 100 years, I do have time constraints.
She shakes her head. And,
You can take 99, though.
She cracks the first smile you've seen.
He's gonna drop a swing.
And she looks back. It's not like the island has stopped moving since you left. There's, she looks over at you, this time determined.
Mm-hmm.
There's still someone out there that you can trust there.
Oh?
Of course, there's my friends, but she looks determined at you this time and focuses in. There's your friend too. The one you just haven't had a chance to meet yet. Not really.
He kind of... What do you mean? Like, Kato?
Shakes her head.
Is he here?
She shakes her head no.
Oh, okay. I see. But he is out there.
She nods. No, there's somebody else on this island.
Oh. What's their name?
She smiles at you. Well, he's another legend. His name's Ansler the Red. And with that, 50 years ago, a crisis struck the land of Ornis. A black flame event that sent all of the lanterns alight. Years later, Ansler the Red is sent to investigate the same site of that occurrence. Another lantern event of a similar caliber. He set sail on a ship of his own. Of course, as most of his voyages are, it's bound to tragedy. It strikes a gigantic storm. Call it a curse of the sword he bears, or some hidden darkness contained within his armor. He's driven into the sea, struggling against it, pulling himself to where he believes Ornis is. He finds himself on that forlorn shore. A distant place, almost of a different character. He drags himself up, scraping up against that bony reef. He crawls his way up to the top of it. Takes a look over. There he witnesses a gorgeous sunset with a horrific tower looming over all of it. So, next time, we're gonna start this from Ansler's perspective. Take it from the top, we're starting again!
I'm your best friend, Nocturne!
And that is how there is more of this content.
Gotcha.
So, thank you for coming for the finale. Anyway, next time, episode 1. I hope it was everything you wanted.
It was very good. That was a really good finale.
Yep, and next time we're gonna get into the deeper details of things, and we're gonna talk about this island from a different perspective.
Nice.
J-Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know what your gifts are next time.
Exciting.
Congrats! You get to know what your character does.
Exciting.
What's the name of the fucking character?
Oh,
Yes, Origins.
the claw.
The claw. It's time for the claw now.
The path of the claw. Here we go. There we go. We're just gonna put the big answer on the title screen.
Oh, man, this is fuck you, man. This is my story. motherfucker. God, okay, fine. I'll just,
Huh?
I'll pee in a
Can't
boss
hear you
fight,
because you're so
asshole.
tiny.
I'll pee in a fucking boss fight then. Fuck you.
I'm in
Okay.
character now.
With that recording, I hope you had a good time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye.